Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to the PMCO 2020 Fall Split South Asia Region Semi Finals, sponsored by the Oppo Reno 4 with VOOC 4.0 flash fast charging, 8GB RAM, 128 gigs of storage and the beautiful 6.4-inch AMOLED display. Allow me to introduce the best of you. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, and as I said, these are the semi fixes. It'll be day number 3, and before I get the day started, allow me to introduce my co-host, co-caster, co-analyst who's going to be joining me on the desk. Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be the Papa Bear himself, Fixes. We talk about doing different regions.
We got to see a lot of intense action.
About South Asia is how
I mentioned Team High Voltage, a team that we are certainly looking out for. Aussie are
yesterday they were really impressive.
And yesterday, if you can remember the last instances in the game, I mean, that was completely out of
staying in the top 10 as of now. As we come in, we talk about doing different regions at the same time. We talk about how aggressive the players from Pakistan can be, but what else going to be in the semi-finals? It's the top 10 teams moving into the finals, but there's a lot of how insane the circles sometimes are in this region and how the players sort of adapt. The kind of iconic plays we got to see yesterday, they were really impressive and really on point. But today it's going to be turn for teams from Group B and C to step into the battlegrounds and
everything. They are gonna qualify.
Who is going to be staying in the top 10 as of now, as we complete 50% journey of our semi-finals. So after today, all 3 groups, teams in all 3, only the 3rd and 4th will be joining the top 10. There are 8 games, and what is on the line? There is going to be in the semi-finals, it's the top 10 teams moving into the finals, but there's a lot on the line in the finals as well, as we look at the prize money and the slots for the PMPL Season 2.
And there you go, the first position getting 2600.
Coming there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I love, followed by second position, who will receive $1,600. Third and fourth position get $1,100, but alongside everything, they are gonna qualify for the PMPL Season 2. I think that's the biggest prize of them all.
Definitely, that has to be the biggest prize of the things, because 5th to 16 also get the same amount of money as you get for 3rd and 4th. But only the 3rd and 4th will be joining the top 2 teams for PMPL Season 2, and that is pretty incredible. I mean, it's a little bit different from this time, since the competition is going to be a little bit tougher. Last time there was 6 slots, and this time there's just 4. But that becomes interesting when you consider the fact that last time it was just South Asia and India. This time I mean, his objective was just to pick up a few points. Finding the party, 3 teams from Pakistan are going to be coming there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the way Pakistani teams are playing, but right now, let's take a look at the points distribution table, which has been pretty standard throughout quite some time. The first position receiving 20 points, followed by second position, who will be getting those 14 points, and third position gets 10. And after that, it gradually decreases up until 11th position. From where on onwards, till the 16th position, you get that 1 point. And the highlighted feature about this point standing is for every single kill, you have 1 point.
Yeah, 1 kill is going to be equal to 1 point, and that's going to be so important for the team and players, especially if you are a player like Aussie, who intends on surviving and getting those few extra points. I mean, his objective was just to pick up a few points in that match, but somehow just finding himself in a position wherein it was just him and his opponents, and he just rushed in. I went back and watched that 1v1 clutch situation, and there were so many little things that Aussie had to look out for to clutch out that fight, and he did it perfectly. But today, as I said, B versus C is what you're going to see. Let's have a look at the teams and the groups that are going to be stepping into the action. First of all, we have Group A, the teams that are going to be on the break. So Rivals X, E2S, OPM, A1 Esports, and High Voltage are going to be out of the action. Some of the best performing teams from the group stages. Moving forward in Group A, 4 Archangels, RisingNepal, Kira Peaceflow and HARAME are going to be stepping out of the action. Now, we have the teams that will actually be playing the matches today, and it's going to be quite intense, as B has Phantom Esport, Gods Reborn, Angry Springs, PWP Esports as the first set of 4 teams. Moving forward to the next set of 4, a lot of interesting names there as well as far as the teams and the players are concerned. We have KS Axe, we have DoyenKnightSs, Trust D Process and Abrupt Slayers. But that's not it. Still have to go through the teams in Group C.
Yeah, we still certainly have to do as to which are the ones that will be taking against the players from Group B. We have PN Crew, Wolves Den, Satan, DRS Gaming, a team that has been dominating so far, along with Soulz OF BD, who had a kind of a shabby day yesterday, but Venom Legends, they've been doing so amazing, alongside SOLTISQUAD and 7Seas Esports. They've got a chicken dinner in one game, but apart from that, they have certainly kind of looked to be, kind of been in some sort of trouble.
Yeah, they have been in trouble, been really inconsistent so far, 7Seas, and they will have to step up their game. So will SOLTISQUAD. Even they will have to step up. Venom Legends, we're not seeing the same Venom Legends that we saw during the group stages. The consistency that they showcased, which was so incredible and so impressive, is just missing now in the semi-finals.
Yes, absolutely. That is somewhere kind of lost, and a lot of people say they are the rulers of Vikendi, but you cannot be a one-trick pony, but you have to be doing well in every single map. And talking about the, you know how to approach that certain compound.
There's a lot of things other than the cover.
At the schedule that we have for you guys tonight, we have Vikendi coming back, and the rest of the maps, 2 Erangels, 1 Sanhok.
Yeah, that's going to remain the same. Those 3 maps in the order that they are in, those are going to remain same. Vikendi and Miramar keep on alternating today. It's going to be the turn for Vikendi in the rotation, and I know Fixus is sad a little bit since he loves Miramar a lot, but I love the Icelands of Vikendi. All the way through Gatka, just passing right by the George Pole containers and the circles that the map brings us as well.
Yes, absolutely. Those initial circles that the map gets you going, it always pushes you to your limits. You never know where it is gonna turn around. You just have to be over there. You have to make sure you've got all your teammates alive, those grenades, and it's a map where you can actually go on the aggressive front. If you want to, you can push those compounds, provided you have a good cover fire from behind. You know how to approach that certain compound.
There's a lot of things other than the cover fire that are going to be required. There's going to be a lot of utility. If you have vehicles, that's a good thing, because
and Johnny, we did see some absurd circles, some new circles to play around.
The way the map is designed, you have a set of cluster of compounds over here. There's going to be some distance of empty land that has a clear line of sight. No ridges, it's going to be a clear line of sight, and then another set of compounds. So it becomes really hard to charge in. But the first match is going to be played on Vikendi, and the game is live, and the trajectory should be on our screens right now. Starts from the western side of the military base and goes all the way through Gatka, just passing right by the George Pole containers and the city, and ends towards the western side of shooting range.
Yeah, absolutely. The eastern side areas, the team are going to be demented right now as to completely around the eastern side. So Lipovka will be finding a lot of vehicles. They will have to find a lot of vehicles for themselves. And nowadays, in the current meta, we are observing every player has his own vehicle. So, that really, reduces the chance for other teams to find their own. And as a result of which, we get to see a lot of early vehicle fights, a lot of vehicular manslaughter action coming up right off the hook. But along with the flight path trajectory that we have, we also have to predict where the circle is going to go. And Johnny, we did see some absurd circles, some new circles to play around. What do you think is going to happen in the South Asian region?
I have no idea.
Just take a guess.
I mean, we did see the extreme western beach show circle today in the Pakistan region. I would like to see that again and see how these players react to it and how they are going to adapt. I know one team is going to be super happy if that happens, and that is going to be the team of SOLTISQUAD, since they all have to be really careful. One team in the school compounds, the other team in the Rozhok city, and they actually towards the Primorsk area. They're just going to move along the edges of the island and get into a really good position. But alright, so I was half correct. It is a circle split on the beach shore, but instead of west, it goes east.
Yeah, I mean, totally kind of contrasting the Pakistan region era today.
Yeah.
It was completely to the west this time. It's completely around the eastern side. So Lipovka, we can definitely anticipate some action going out there. You know, Miltapur is one of those very underrated locations where we have.
One thing that is going to be even more interesting is still most of the teams are just at the very edge of the circle and
seen the circle going around for quite a long time. Maybe we might get to see some kind of action over there. Even Prison, it might seem it's right in front of you, but it's been a long time since I casted a Prison circle, even though Lumberjack areas that we have just below Prison, that can be a good circle as well. A lot of you know, locations where you can position yourselves, a lot of places to hide, because beneath those logs are those snakes. But there you go, we are witnessing some action happening right over in the starting of the game. We will have to see as to which players have been taken out already.
yeah, we will get to see that in a moment. But look at this. This is also really interesting. Most of the teams are right on the edge of the circle. They will be moving in towards the location. And as I say, that is the players of AGS. They have to be really careful. One team in the school compounds, the other team in the Rozhok city. And they actually just use the top of the hill to maneuver their way towards safety. They are being shot at right now, but Gole is driving. It is pretty incredible. And there are not going to be any shots that actually manage to connect on him or his teammates or the vehicle. I think one actually hit the car, but apart from that, they are completely safe. On the other side, Fixes, as he said, was correct with his prediction of the team's strategies. They are finding vehicles and they are going for their rotations. That was what was supposed to happen. That is what is happening. But one thing that is going to be even more interesting is still most of the teams are just at the very edge of the circle, and the teams from the Western Shore, when they start to move in, we're going to see a lot of gatekeeping this time.
Yeah, a lot of gatekeeping, to be honest, out there. But, you know, for Team PN, that's going to be an easy task, rotating up from the northern side throughout the Stalber area and just enter from the northern area. But right now, Lipovka is still a no man's land. Nobody has even dropped over there. By the looks of the players from Team Angry Springs, we can see them heading out somewhere near Prison and maybe towards Lipovka as well. But Miltapur area, in fact the power plant itself, we have to see what is going to happen over there. Can the circle reach down there, or is it going to be that abandoned factory just south of Miltapur? That is where the circle exists. But right now, Venom Legends, a team that has been playing so well, has got some amazing experience in their squad. But today my eyes will be on Team Phantom, who have had a rather, you know, shaky start to the semi-finals.
Yeah, it was a shaky start indeed for the semi-finals, as you said. But if you remember the group stages, Phantom, they were amazing. And coming into the semi-finals, we were expecting a similar sort of a performance from them, but we got something different. And I think it has, because it has me wondering for, to be honest, I don't know about you, but it has me wondering, like, what is going wrong with Team Phantom? Are they just in an unfortunate situation in every single fight, that they aren't able to clutch those fights and aren't able to just dominate the same way that they were doing during the group stages? Or has something changed with them or their opponents for them to be able to counter Phantom's playstyle?
We have to see what is going to happen. Phantom, the only thing I think has been kind of missing is their positioning that has been going wrong, because we know these guys know how to shoot. If some enemy comes right in front of their face, they know how to take him down. But you know, there have been multiple instances where they have been kind of unlucky, but this is a team. God's REBORN, oh my goodness, entry, one of our favorite players, has to be undoubtedly. But alongside him, I want to see the other players, you know, Gentleman coming out. We have a Sick Fly, we have Windy Gods. Everyone has a potential, but it has just been that one-man show. But right now, Lake is spotting out the players from TDP. Right, Lake, he has been revived, and my oh my, I would love to have teammates like him who really put compound, spraying down onto the members of TDP and taking down Shagar. That's a big knock.
Yeah,
That's a
that was actually what happened. It hit the tree and fell back.
Yeah, that's a knock. They will definitely get that kill for themselves, but the backup, will it come right on time? It does come, but what is going to happen? Can Miracle make it at the right nick of time? Can he spot out those two players? And Shagar, he is spraying down. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, we are going to find out what happens as TDP one after the other. The players charge it. Hanal has been spotted out. The knock they had on the first floor is getting a revive, and that is Luck AOP. Muffin is the man reviving him, but the nade in the hands of Miracle can actually go for the finish. All the players from TDP just positioning themselves in a perfect way.
Yeah.
Miracle did not cancel his nade. He just knocked himself out.
that hurts. That absolutely hurts, Johnny. But right now,
it does not hurt him. It hurts his teammate. Now he has been finished. And TDP, they are getting shot at from the other side as well. From the outside, the players are so low. They're trying to get away. Miracle. That was not a miracle, what he did.
this is a disaster for Team TDP. I mean, they expected something else, and courtesy to that one beautiful grenade, now they are on the receiving side. Lake, he has been revived, and Mayoma, I would love to have teammates like him who really put their hearts in. Oh! That it just feels like it hit the glass bar and then just return back into a slam dunk and taking down Shagar. That's a big knock.
Yeah,
that's a
that was actually what happened. It hit the tree and fell back.
Yeah, that's a perfect basketball reference out there. But there you go. Muffin will also find Shagar's body out there, and Lazy. Oh my God, you don't have time to be lazy right now. You have to run, and by running, you have to get back to your teammate. But Frag Boy. Okay, both of them are running. I thought they'll be just holding down the compounds, but they are running out for their lives, showing their back to the enemies.
Yeah, they are showing their back, but AGS at this point are a little bit too far away, and they do not have the scopes to take the fight. So TDP, they will be able to get a good amount of distance away from the players of AGS, but I think I completely agree with you. These lads should not stop. They should keep on running out of here and just get into a better position. Just go towards the edge of the island and just hold that area, because most of the teams are around them. 7C's Reaper OP. Oh, we do have... And he gets the second knock, but that's a little bit too late. His teammates are far away. He's going to beat off to death, Sandesh. This entry, he was up and he is back down, gets knocked down by the damage of the blue zone, and his teammates are being taken water, hoping to catch someone off guard. Connects a few shots on Demon Killer. Could possibly be enough. And yes, he just kills himself inside the water, denying the point to the players of 7C.
Inside the water, asphyxiation, a lot of things happening out there. But Ayush, he does not care. He still wants to go in for the swim, and he's just praying to his lords out there. Just take a God's Reborn away from here. Fly 69. Oh my goodness. Right now, we have a fight. In a bad position as well. Muffin taking a lot of damage, still engaging. Nima will find a knock for himself, but Muffin will definitely go on taking down AJ. Right now, it's going to be a 1v1 situation. Nima against Muffin. Muffin against the whole world out there. Oh my goodness, the damage has been done. Nima is so confused right now. Is he going to go for the heal? No, he does not. Going on the aggressive front, taking a lot of damage onto his Nima. Nima barely surviving with a sliver of HP, and he manages. God tonight.
Yeah, they are gods indeed, and he somehow just clutches out the fight with a lot of points, but going to be so incredible. 7C, the players right on the edge of the circle will try and find a way inside, but the players from God's Reborn, they are so far away from the circle. Can they make it, or are they going to be gate kept? Am I seeing this right? PN crew, Ayush, he is still alive.
more bizarre things than this, and now nothing can really surprise me. But you know one thing, the circle, Johnny. What if it ends up at Milta Power? I think the PUBG Mobile gods are definitely listening to us today.
Yeah, the PUBG. I mean, change, and it is pretty incredible the way the teams are playing as well. But so far, Venom, Evil Eye. It's actually a good decision. Just try and see if you can scout for more information. Spots out SK49 out in the open. Does not go for the shots. Really smart.
Good discipline. That's where this concept comes in. You see that player right in front of you, but you are oblivious. In fact, getting yourself some backup, some more information, and then finding your opponent at their exact weakest point. That's a sign of a good player. And there you go. Evil Eye spots him down, takes a lot of shots, but it's SK49 on the other end, and he exactly knows. Dishing out a headshot with his M24. He is looking neat as well.
Yeah, he's looking quite neat. And the team of Venom Legends used to be quite neat as well, if you remember, during the group stage. But now we shall see them. I hope we shall see them step up in. Have found their way into the circle, into a safer area, but not safe enough, as there is one team right.
They've been phenomenal during the group stages, but they've had some issues over there. But let's see how they are going to fare out.
And crew. How? Where? Where did that come from?
He must be running off, after the dip that he had. He must head and eventually to just get taken down by the players from Team 7Cs. I mean, I would have just died in the water, maybe.
Yeah.
Don't give away the kill point.
Yeah, exactly. You know you're not going to survive. He was too far away. He was already too late. And it was a risky decision. Well, at least he tried. For trying in this game, you have to get the kills. This is not going to help you, the DBS in the third airdrop, but the armor and helmet and the backpack just might, to help you survive.
Yeah, that certainly will help you out. And there you have the DBS, the weapon. But okay, decided to not listen to either of us, but this is still a good circle.
Yeah.
We still do have the shore.
Oh yeah, we still have. They are right in the center, right on the edge of the island. That's a good position, I agree. Because now, instead of fighting in 4 different directions, you just have to worry. Not worry about it, unless you fall down.
Yes, unless you fall down. And the best part about Abrupt Slayers is that they've got that rock over there in that ridge. Look at this place. They can take their fights very calculated. But right now, FT has been knocked down and Steelix has also been on the receiving end. But members of Team Phantom have closed in on the fray. They have taken their own positions. But Detron, if they want, they can do a lot of wonders there over there.
Too late, and
themselves down over there on the ridge, because always I would love to have some high ground information for myself and commit, and getting down does show that you want to commit to this fight. But with just 2 players alive, I barely doubt if it's a good decision or not.
Yeah, it is going to be a weird situation for them. They're basically pinned themselves down. If another team comes in from the other side, they're going to have they are not going to have room to move. They won't be able to move out of their position, and a few nades coming in, which the players from KSX are already throwing in their direction, might be able to take them out. But so far, even KSX are going to be in a troublesome situation, as we do see the players from PWP closing in from their rear, and they might be able to just take out the threat that is there for the team of Abrupt Slayers. Joker, in the meanwhile, is just going to try and peek and see if we can spot out someone else. But most of the teams, once again, are moving into the circle right now. TDP, they've still managed to survive. We haven't had that many exits from the game, but Soulz YT is going to be taken down by the players of Soulz of BD, as they are also stepping into the party.
Yeah, they certainly are stepping into the
party. But right now, Ironic will be taking down the Brawn. Oh my god, Dante going in for that second and will also connect and will secure all those kills coming in from Team Phantom. And this team, the woes still continue. Lemmy being the last member surviving. Can he clutch this one out? No is the answer, as Hydra will be the one who will be putting him down to his miseries. And the woes of Team Phantom still continues.
Yeah, it does continue, and they will continue to move forward in the game. But Reaper and Hassan from Soulz of BD on the other side have been taken down. Reaper back on his feet. Hassan is going to be revived. Venom Legends start taking a fight. Have knocked down a few players from their opponents, but it's going to be a slow push coming in from their side. And SOLTISQUAD in a really good position as well, right on the very edge. But they can spot out the players from Abrupt Slayers from one side, and they have a team right next to them. That is going to be the squad of Satan.
Yeah, the squad of Satan that are apparently swimming in the waters, and this has become the new trend, right? You know, there's a water circle. Just get inside the water. Just put yourself in it, and you know, there you go. Frankie just having just barely on the edges of that blue circle. He certainly has to swim, but you know, considering the fact that the members of Team Salty are just present down below, just on their sidelines, I think they can hear those you know, swim cues out there. But gentlemen, will be taking down Disconnect from DoyenKnightSs with a vehicular explosion, and blah blah blah. Will be dishing out the same thing onto its rules, and Akash being a victim to its Meras, and there you go. DoyenKnightSs in an instant have been wiped out.
Yeah, the wipeout, it was pretty incredible. But look at this. A lot of action coming in from the two remaining players of TDP, as well as Lazy takes a fight against the players of Soulz of BD. And that is actually quite interesting. Both the teams are moving in from outside the play zone and will be stepping into the action shortly. But taking a fight when you're one of the last few remaining players, that's risky business. You need to make sure that you know you're going to win that fight. Otherwise, that's just you inviting trouble into your vicinity. Don't want that to happen, but SOLTISQUAD and Satan, they are making their moves towards the circle, as Satan Zord just slams his vehicle into the compound and goes in towards the safe area. But Soulz of BD, they come charging in towards another team. That is going to be the squad of Wolves. Ghatak on the other side from another team. Soulz of BD, they just catch two individual players off guard in a bad position. Venom Legends in a fight against PWP in really close quarters. Two players from Venom Legends are standing. The PWP player comes in. Dalion tries to dish out the damage, but he was solo. He did not heal up. Bully hung on the other direction. He's stuck inside the house. He's trying to revive Chari. Chari back on his feet. They are going to go for the heal and then try and take the fight. But Chari cooking the nade. He wants to secure the kill. They are still cooking the nade. The finish is going to come in for Detron. But what is going to happen over here, as PWP, they still have one player remaining, one teammate left, and that lad is outside the circle right now.
What is happening, Johnny?
Madness.
There's a smoke deployed over there, but still teams don't care. They're just spraying right through it, in fact, and the SK49 will still be dishing out a lot of damage. 3 teams in the nearby vicinity. Team Wolves, Team KSX, and you have Soulz of BD just in the nearby fray. SK49 will have to get himself inside the circle, and he has given up his position. Sanhok knocks himself down. He does not want to be caught off by the enemies, and the enemies do realize exactly where he is, but they are not going aggressive over there. Steelix in the meanwhile will be finding off Joker. Newt still inside his vehicle, and Proning just beside it. A lot of smokes have been deployed over here. A lot of smokes have been committed, but Aruz, he does not want to stop. He wants to take down Meras, and so will he get his kill. But right now, Team 17, the last member surviving, going in for a clutch, but oh my goodness, that happened really fast, and KSX have been eliminated from this game.
A lot of super fast wipeouts. That's what we're getting to see. I mean, Soulz of BD, we did see one from them. We saw another one coming in a few seconds later, where we did see, in fact, it was the squad of PWP who were taken out, and another one. And Wolves is going to be taken out by Soulz of BD, so they eliminate another team. 8 teams remaining. Venom Legends, they are spotted out by SK49, the last remaining player. Why did you shoot at them? There were 4 players. You were all alone for your squad. Just lie down and just survive and get the placement points. There was no reason for him to take the fight.
Yeah, there was certainly no reason for him to take the fight over there, but YOLO, he's been taken down right now. But Soulz of BD, this team looks to be very promising. One good grenade inside the track. You never know, you can get that whole squad wiped out for you. But blah blah blah, we'll be finishing off a Zod, who was apparently swimming in the waters. And right now, Soulz of BD in a very good position. Oh my goodness, Hydra will get that knock onto its evil eye, and he exactly knows which squad it is. He's going in for the push. Shuvo has gone for the revive. Detron is still holding onto the PWP angle, but all 4 members of Team Soulz of Bangladesh are marching in as they will get yet another knock. Are they going to get the second one? Oh my goodness, this is absolute madness. This is pandemonium. Shuvo still going in for the revive. Oh! Sleeves is beside him. Joker trying to take 2 shots, but no, that will be Hydra. He'll be finishing off the entire squad of Venom Legends, but Abrupt Slayers still holding on to the sideline. SOLTISQUAD coming in from the behind, but Psycho, he is still in the water. He's still swimming.
Yeah, he is still swimming indeed. And what I want to know is, how many teams did Soulz of BD actually take out at this point? I mean, these guys aren't going for individual players. They're just taking out squads right now. And they probably have a lot of kills for them. This game is going really 12 kills confirmed.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
3 teams.
the way they have been playing today and the way they have started things off, I think that's where they did their homework. That's where they did understand where they are going wrong. And they got back themselves to the natural gameplay. That is just go aggressive. Find anyone in front of you. Just go kill them. And this is exactly what we expect out of them. We know what Hassan is capable of, but the rest of the players have definitely stepped up big time. But right now, Team Salty still are surviving by the ridges over there, by the cliffs, and imagine falling off and then just not making it inside the circle. They are living life on the edge, literally.
Yeah, it is life on the edge. One of them falls down. I mean, it's going to be fun to watch, but not for the players. Oh, look at this. Look at Psycho.
Look at Psycho. He does not care. He does not want to move. He knows that he will get his chance. He will get his redemption over there. But Joker, I can feel his heartbeat pumping out right now as he knows a whole squad is swarming ontowards him any single moment. And the sound cues are definitely gone towards Vcash from Salty. He knows there is one creepy bugger down the line waiting for him. But Joker, he is gone in for the grenade. He's pulled one off, throws that out, but will that connect? No is gonna be the answer. As this circle, the bizarre circle that we are all witnessing over here, is gonna take a shift, and the team that's gonna be in advantage is gonna be TDP. They have been out of this entire game. They've just been on the sidelines. Now will be spotted down by Reaper and will also deal the wrath of them. And Satan, Psycho, the last player also of Team Satan, gets eliminated.
Yeah, the elimination. Oh, Nova. Nova is trying to find his way to the top of this cliff so he can take the fight. Soulz of BD, they have lost 1 player, but SOLTISQUAD, they're taking the fight. Joker comes in from the rear. They did not expect it. He gets 1 knock, gets the finish as well. And SOLTISQUAD in so much trouble. Joker going for the spray, goes for another one, gets another knock. Needs to fall back, needs to heal up, and then go for the last remaining player of SOLTISQUAD. These 2 lads from Abrupt Slayers, they can slay down this entire team in front of them. The last player, that is Vcash, just thrown down in the middle of nowhere, and he's just surviving somehow. Down to the top 4 teams, 9 players alive in this match, and one after the other. Abrupt Slayers, they are being slain themselves as Nova is taking so much damage from the blue zone, moving it slowly, steadily. He gets up, runs it, barely any health left on him, 10% health, and he now prones down again, moves forward, removed his backpack, just has 5 bandages left.
Oh my, I do not know how to perfectly define this situation. It's so chaotic with all these teams. No one wanting to give up on anything at all. And Hassan will be getting those 3 kills for himself over there. But Noah will spot the last member of Salty out there. And Vcash will be eliminated. Now we have been brought down to a situation over here. It's a 2v2 fight. And Lazy has still managed to spot out the enemy. Has given away his position. That's a headshot coming up towards him, and Reaper looks to bring death on towards him as the Grim Reaper himself is advancing. Hydra on the backlines is providing the perfect cover fire, but Lazy did lob a grenade onto his Reaper, will not connect, instantly changing his position, has to get himself to that bush cover so that he can heal himself up. But the question still remains, does he have meds?
No, he doesn't. No, he does. Oh, but the
Okay.
shots are connecting on Reaper. Barely missing the knockout. Now is the time that Lazy is going to be taken out. But, do you know when TDP was supposed to take an exit? It was the moment the game started and they took a fight against the player of AGS. But they survived from that moment, and these two players made it all the way to the second position. Also, the team that actually did get a chicken dinner, Soulz of BD, 17 kills for them. And a mind-blowing performance, and the way they took them, it was like they were just targeting teams. They saw a team, instant 4-player kill, saw next team 4 more, saw the third team 4 more.
That's what happens when you play fearlessly, when you have, are done with that entire phase of being scared of losing points, being scared of, being out of this tournament. That's them on the natural game today. And let's take a look at the MVP of this particular game. And no guesses out there. I know it's going to be someone from Soulz of BD. And it has to be Hydra. 8 kills and massive, humongous damage of 1246. Distance covered, 10 kilometers.
Yeah, 10 kilometers distance covered. On Erangel, I think the average that we get is somewhere around 7.5
7,
to 8.
8.
7 to
max.
8. Yeah, but 10 means that you were rotating from really far. That page, you were just vulnerable for a long time, and they still managed to take the fights.
Yeah, absolutely. And the best part is that, in those 10 kilometers that they covered, they took so many squads down. At least 4 for the namesake. And 17 kills means 16 for 4 squads. They have eliminated every single person
and
that
one
came
extra
in.
guy.
And one extra guy. And a lot of different squads as well, because in the end circles you have those 2-3 guys remaining. So oh my goodness, Soulz of BD, they were struggling initially, and boy oh boy, how have they made that comeback happen?
Yeah, I mean, just the read on this game is going to be pretty incredible for them. But now let us have a look at the top 5 players as well, and see if any other players from Soulz of BD actually make it. Do we get to see an entire squad? And we do see 3 players from Soulz of BD. Hassan and Dante joins the list, but 7C, they are going to be represented by Aruz, the IGL, the veteran player on the team, with 5 kills, 477 damage.
Yeah, absolutely. And so as Muffin have had a decent run, and Soulz of BD, I mean, I was so excited about the circle. I was so excited that we would get to see something really unique. And there comes Soulz of BD. They do not really care about where the circle is. Wherever the enemies are, they just rush into them. They just charge onto them. Grenades, assaulting everything into perfection, and getting themselves that chicken dinner.
Yeah, it was important for them, and now we're going to see, we're going to see a couple of more stats. We're going to see the match standings, the summary, and then I guess we will be looking at the leaderboard. It is going to be, I just want to see where this team stands right now, because as you said, the start for the semi-finals for Soulz of BD wasn't that great. But with this performance, if you put this sort of numbers on the board just once, it makes a major impact.
Yes, even it has those ripples right now. They know exactly how to approach this game. They know that their their opponents are in fact traumatized. But let's see, let's take a look at the standings as to see how the other teams in fact have fared out in this particular map of Erangel. Okay.
18. That
just
was
when
wrong.
we thought 17 was a big number.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah.
2 more, they would have 40 points from just one game. Well, 38 is good
They
enough.
could have
as
decided to sit one out.
Yeah, they could have actually. 2 chicken dinners just for placements over there with 40 points. But this is actually good enough as well. This is really good. In fact, 38 points. Abrupt Slayers on the second with 16, and Trusty Process, as we said, the players were just focused on survival, but 15 points is better than I think even they expected. On the other side, 7C Esport, 7 kills in total.
7-7.
Yeah, 7-7 for 7Cs, but they get 14 points.
Yes, absolutely. 14 points,
They
nothing much to scoff about. Have had a decent run apart from the first disastrous day. They have. Okay.
Look at Phantom.
Look at DRS.
Look at DoyenKnightSs.
Look at Wolves. Oh my goodness. All big teams down under. That calls for trouble. Even God's REBORN.
And PN Crew. And PWP. All the big names are in the second half of the standings with barely any points. I mean, PWP, they still have 5 points, so that's where I draw the line. Other than that, 11 to 16, that's just not going to be enough. They need to step up the game in the next matches. In Sanhok, in Vikendi, and in the last Erangel.
I really wish I could get on a conversation with the players from Team Phantom and just ask them what's going wrong with you guys, because we have been seeing them having those initial, bad days where they are in the wrong place at the wrong time. But apart from that, you cannot just have that one excuse. That was one day, but in the remainders, you have to perform. And with the way they are performing right now, they also got eliminated by the Soulz of BD, and they were completely out of position in that entire fight.
Yeah, exactly. Caught off guard again and again, and it has been the scenario for them since the semi-finals started. So the team, I think they are going to go back to the drawing board, since today it's going to be halfway point, and we did expect this team to pick up the pace in the second half. If they started doing that today, I would have been happy to see the competition be even tougher for everyone else. But we're going to have to wait and see when they step back again after, in the next game in fact, what they are planning.
Yeah, absolutely. But now let's take a look on how things have changed after this amazing win from Soulz of BD. Let's take a look at the leaderboard as to see which are the teams that are reigning up on top and which are the teams that are in trouble. A1 Esports, no questions out there, followed by High Voltage. These are the two teams that are not playing with us today. So right now they can sit it off, they can have their coffees out there, they can watch how their opponents are going to play. And we do also have E2S OPM on the third position. But taking a look at the teams that are playing today, we have Venom Legends, 7C Esports have also climbed up, and provided the fact they've just played 5 games.
Yeah, just with 5 games, both these teams just having incredible performances and sitting on 64 point mark. So they'll be able to challenge E2S OPM by today, but challenging the other two teams on the top 2, that's going to be a tough challenge.
That is definitely going to be a tough challenge, but right now a few of the teams have definitely stepped up, and Trusty Pros is one team that has been, keeping things at bay with the kind of start they had, losing out 2 of their players and then just running away, showing their backs to their enemies. They'd get themselves a second spot.
Yeah, we really thought that was a bad decision done by TDP, but hey, if it works, it works. And moving forward to the danger zone, we have a lot of teams with just 5 games played, so I think we should wait before till the end of the day to actually see what is going to happen and how the standings actually look when everyone is sitting on the same page.
Well, Team Phantom, what on earth is happening? A team that was on the top and in the group stages has served at complete on the last. And right now things have still not become really worrisome for them, but still there are a lot of scopes of improvement for the team, because only 10 teams are going to qualify.
Yeah, exactly. Only 10 teams will make it from the semi-finals to the finals, so their work is definitely cut out for them. But before we move on to the match of Sanhok, we're going to head to a short break, so you guys just stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back.
looks good, but to me, you're clearly the best. Don't touch me. That was close. Don't worry, I've got your back. Ready to rock. Go on, do your thing. Clearly, you are the best. Oppo Reno 4.
Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to the PMCO 2020 Fall Split South Asia Region Semi-Finals Day number 3. It's time for match number 2, which is already live, and the trajectory is in front of us. It starts from the southmost point of the map, heading all the way towards the northeasternmost point. So between two extremes, in fact. My name is Varun Super Johnny John. Joining me on the desk, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be Fixes.
Absolutely, and right now, like the flight path trajectory goes around, we will have to wait and see where the circle is gonna form, which we'll get to know just in a bit of time. And we have seen a lot of action happening around in the World League. It was mostly about those western circles. But right now, all these days, we are witnessing an eastern shift, and a lot of teams are having trouble to play around those territory. But right now, this time the circle around has gone towards paradise. So a lot of possibilities opening up. I would love to see a bridge circle, the Hathin area specifically.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that would be incredible. I mean, I would like to see that as well. Bridge circles either on the Hathin area or listen to this, the sort of the Tri-River section that's there on the western side of boot camp. How about that? No bridge, but the water. All right, the circle is on the northern part, so there is hope left in the world. And since the PUBG gods have been listening to us since the morning, we are just gonna wait for them. Yeah.
There is that small little island. This small little island just has a few trees, just a small little shack where, you know, all the players love to have their pina coladas. Yeah, where Newt is heading out, right? So imagine the circle forming around there.
Oh, yeah, that I have seen that actually. You and I were casting a North American game where that happened, and it was pretty incredible. Another thing that's going to be incredible is the way the players of DRS dropped. Did you see the 4-man split, the wide 4-man split? 2 players on the northern side of Painan, 1 player on the Ruins Island, and 1 player on the Camp Alpha Island.
I think that's a very smart approach, but at the same time can really backfire, because imagine a team kind of isolating each player out there. And if a team, you know, goes back home and does their research, will certainly find fallacies in the drop locations of DRS. And if they want to target them, they certainly can do, and will get a lot of kills. And same can be said for Team Wolves. Look at where Newt is, look at where Ironic is, and 6ix9ine alongside his teammate is looting the areas of Camp Alpha. But the ones that are gonna be having those happy faces out there is Team Salty. They are sitting in paradise, uncontested. But right now, let's see how things fare out for this particular team. Team Phantom having their troubles up, and God's Reborn as well. You remember that fight in Erangel where God's Reborn were getting decimated over there. I mean, a lot of mistakes being committed, a lot of players coming out in the open, and talk about players in the open, that is Mafia Ninja, and someone down the line has figured out, and that's Ironic taking all those shots.
It was actually Newt right next to him.
I think it came from the top.
Yeah, Newt swam, if you remember, he was on that pixel island.
Yeah.
He swam towards Mafia Ninja's position, just thinking about getting to his teammate. He got spawned out. And yes, all right, you were right. It was Ironic. In fact, Newt gave away the information of where the player was. And Newt does not have any weapon. So Ironic was the man shooting the shots. But now that does put Newt in a really weird situation, because Mafia Ninja, he's going to look around, he's going to look at the top as well, and Newt is just going to have to just try and see if he can push himself around the tree in such a way that Mafia Ninja does not see him.
I like this decision coming in from Mafia Ninja, because he was very cautious treading this particular path around. He knew there was someone up ahead, and he could have gone in over there on Newt, but would have risked himself getting knocked out as well. So a safer approach, and he was alone. And look at his teammates, they are way far behind, and by the time they rotate, it might have been just too late. But okay, Mafia Ninja did speculate some kind of a body out there, but then he opened up his scope just to realize that was just a scooter out there, and that's a jet ski. But right now, Newt has retreated into the compounds, will find himself anything and everything that he can get, and gets a UMP. Nice achievement there.
Yeah, well, nice achievement. At least he has something now to
yeah.
take out the players, and has the M4 as well. So an interesting position for the player to be in right now, but we're going to have to see what is going to happen to him and how this game is going to turn out. Quite an interesting sort of position for most of the team and the players where they are right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And Newt, he is jingling around inside his compound, and we'll have to see as to how he gonna proceed with the entire circle. He has no loot at all, because no first aids, no bandages as well. But on the other hand side, we can see the players of DoyenKnightSs in an engagement over there. Rules taking a few knocks here and there, going in for the revive on his teammate, Wanrelin. He's back on his feet, and Sholay, he is in a bad position. It's Gole, right?
Yeah, it is Gole. It's not Sholay, it's Gole. Sholay was the movie, and Gole is the player.
And we loved it. We loved it. And
yeah, we love the player as well.
You remember that triple-seater bike? Kind of iconic.
Yeah. Yeah, it is iconic indeed.
Yeah.
And the players in this time, I mean, Gole even, he has
He needs to search for his Viru out there, you know.
Yeah.
He needs to search for his teammate who has to come in there and has to help him out. But right now, Gole, he is kind of struggling over there as the players from Team DoyenKnightSs are kind of pushing on towards him.
Well,
but
oh, sorry to stop you there, but we have an update. Yeah.
Okay.
So the players in the game were facing really, really high ping.
I think that justifies why he was just kind of shaking around. Yeah.
So that actually justifies a lot of things. But one thing that's going to happen right now is going to be the match is going to be rehosted so that everyone is in the match, in the lobby with a playable ping wherein they are comfortable to give their A game in the match. So we're going to head to a short break as the match gets restarted. But you guys, just stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back in a very short while.
But to me, you're clearly the best. Don't touch me. That was close. Don't worry, I've got your back. Ready to rock. Go on, do your thing. Clearly, you are the best. Oppo Reno 4.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Once again, welcome back to the PMCO 2020 Fall Split South Asia region, sponsored by the Oppo Reno 4. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, joined on the test by Fixes, and the slight technical hiccup that we had a few moments ago, it has been fixed. Well, let's hope, as the game is live and the trajectory is in front of us for the new map of Sanhok.
And right now, this time around, the trajectory is somewhat really similar, but let's see where the teams are going to take that drop. And like I said, DRS, we have to see, are they still opting for that split drop, or else are they going to drop off somewhere safe? Meanwhile, the members of Team 7Cs, they will be dropping off at Sami. And a lot of teams, let's see who exactly is going to go to bootcamp. You know, if the players kind of went back and did watch things out, they will know certain fallacies in the drop locations of their opponents. But Abrupt Slayers, this is one of the teams. They are kind of like, you know, TUF from Pakistan region. They stay under the radar, but boy oh boy, do they not shine.
Yep, they do shine indeed, but I completely agree with you. I mean, players should have gone back a little bit in the broadcast and could have seen. But, all right, Fixes, one thing that never changes.
Well,
well, one thing that was supposed to change did not change this time. What a surprise.
I mean, I'm all in with surprises. How could we have an identical circle? Well, we have seen more bizarre things. So, yeah. Right now, this circle is somewhere heading around the Paradise area. And all the teams, like we have mentioned earlier, have taken their drop. But God's REBORN, they are going up towards Mong Nai. And this is a team that has to work out on a lot of different elements.
Yeah, they will have to work on a lot of different elements, but for now, we will have to see how... I mean, in the early stages, I have to see two teams, and I have to see how they're going to play. First is going to be God's REBORN, because look at Avishek's position and his teammates, Entry and Gentleman. They are quite far away. Avsek has been surrounded from 3 different directions. And also look at TDP. Lazy is just in a totally different location than his other 3 teammates. 3-1 split drops, they might work out, but not if you have a team like SOLTISQUAD right next to you.
I mean, in Sanhok, taking those individual drop locations, teams have to rethink their strategy, because in Sanhok, it's mostly that very quick run and gun kind of a map. And in such a map, if you are going to have a similar approach to what would you take in Miramar and Erangel, that's definitely not going to work out. We have seen teams being punished for this kind of drop. Even teams like RRQ, even teams like BTR tend to have that within the worst case scenario, a 2-2 split. At least one of the players being there to provide that cover fire. And now, as the teams are all separating out just in search for some loot, and then again jeopardizing their own position, because if one player gets knocked down, they're down to 3 man instantly, no chances of revival. So teams really need to rethink and re-strategize as to how they are approaching Sanhok.
Definitely, re-strategizing the situation and the game from the very start is going to be important. I mean, usually teams prepare for the later stages, but what are you going to do if you do not even make it there? That is so crucial. But so far, we do see the early aggression being put under check by basically everyone. No early fights within the first 3 minutes, which is a really good surprise considering how many drop locations are clashing right now. And especially the area of Bootcamp and Paradise Resort. Do not see any sort of fight happening, but this can change everything as Abrupt Slayers Heaven just passes by one of the players from DoyenKnightSs.
And right now, Heaven, in a tuk-tuk. This is the worst vehicle that you can have, because as a delicate darling that it is, but imagine, you know, you take that tuk-tuk right in front of an enemy just to be blown away. And that is the kind of vehicle this is. This is, and even the Ronnie pickup truck, that is so slow that even I can chase it down and then even get down to finish all those enemies over there. But DaLeon heading into the enemy territory, and somewhere down the line, Fragboy does know exactly what's happening, and DaLeon will be cooking that grenade in, and he gets the sound cue of that clip coming out, will be throwing that nade, but no, it does not do a lot of damage. But Shagar, he is not even making a noise, as silent as a pin falling inside a haystack. Right now, we have to see as to how this fight eventually shapes around, because the members from Team PWP have come in. Now they are looking to aggress, but the players from Salty can actually take advantage of the situation. We just have to see how Boliang rushing inside the compound will find someone over there. Oh my god, there is a snake hiding in the mannequin room, and he has been spotted. Shagar trying to spray down, but the numbers are overpowering them, and with that he goes down.
Yeah, he is going to be taken down, and this is going to spell some trouble for the players of TTP. Once again, starting with a man disadvantage. So did they do that in the last game as well, but they still managed to get the second position. Let's see if they can make it work this time as the players from PWP, they are going for a hunt. Miracle with a pre-nade is going to try and push DaLeon back, which he actually managed to pull it off. But after losing Shagar, the most important man in the lineup, they are going to have some trouble in this fight, as Fragboy is going to be taken down by Chari's grenade. They rush in, take down Lazy. That's going to mean just one player for TDP surviving, and that's going to be Miracle. Can he pull off a Miracle? No, he just steps into their crosshairs willingly and just ends up being taken out.
And there you go, the third party coming in. Team Salty wanting to get the better out of this entire fight. But right now, this fight has been resetted, because Team PWP did not really have much loss out there. Nothing worrying them. All their 4 players intact. But Team Salty can capitalize on this situation if they decide to surround Team PWP. Might be in some kind of a pickle, but they are safe as of now in a 2-2 split, which is a very good approach right now. Blah blah blah, still on the ridges, just not giving enough sound cues, and trying to peek around. Will not spot anyone as of now, but the advantage definitely in this fight will be on towards the players of Team Salty. We just have to see as to how, or are they even actually going to commit.
Yeah, that is actually going to be so important, because the way you decide to take a fight is going to decide whether it goes in your favor or not. As Gole from out in the open does take down the player of Soulz of BD, but in return, he is going to be taken down and his teammate gets taken down. So that's what it comes down to. You have to make sure that you have ample amount of cover before you start firing your shots and give away your location. Gole was so exposed that Soulz of BD took advantage of it, and now the Russian is going to come in from the players. One player has been revived. Gole is going to be revived as well. Let's hope they have the heal so that they can be back on their feet and be ready before the players of Soulz of BD come and try and finish them off. Muffin has been left on guard duty. He's going to try and protect his teammate. That's going to be a big challenge for me. He takes down Dante. One lad out of the game now has to worry about only 3 players, and Dante has been turned so low. He has gone so low that he can barely survive. The Molotov is going to come in and it does connect, just burning him alive and sending him back to the lobby.
And Soulz of BD, having an explosive start, are now in a lot of trouble. This is the unpredictability that comes with the map of Sanhok, but right now Reaper is in a kerfuffle with the players of Team Agri Springs, as Gole will be charging in onto him. Beryl being sprayed down, and he will get that knock. And Shanul will make no mistake in finishing him off. Muffin going in for that prone spray out there. Hydra being taken down from the back lines. And this is Angry Springs. They certainly are really angry right now, as they wipe out the winners of the last game, who had managed to take 18 kills.
Yeah, an incredible shift of momentum there. And Angry Springs, they were angry indeed. And Muffin, I have to say, that hold from him, just stopping Soulz of BD right in their tracks, it was pretty incredible, because the other 3 players were busy in the backline healing and getting revived. But on the other side, another fight taking place is going to be DRS versus BN Crew. BN Crew with the high ground advantage. as GRS can be pinned down, as SOLTISQUAD can step in from the other direction.
PAN crew, a team that we have to talk about, especially Abhishek, with the way he survived over there yesterday. But right now, Nima trying to charge in, trying to find that one opening. But there you go, Team Satan, Psycho, the survivor for their squad in the last match, who took their team up into a very, very good position. But Team DRS are kind of in a standstill over here, as they've got the players out there. But Psycho will find one villain, will instantly take him down, and this is where you know, splitting up in Sanhok really hurts you. You get picked off one after the another. But Ayush, he knows there is a lot of action, a lot of teams are already in the nearby vicinity. It's just the right shots, it's the right spot he has to choose for himself. And by the looks of it, Team PN are way too much in the open and are susceptible to a lot of attacks from a lot of enemies from a lot of different areas.
Yeah, a lot of different areas indeed, and it has been sort of the trend of the game so far. Even ALS, Abrupt Slayers, are going to feel the impact, as one after the other, the players of 7 Seas are just going ham on the squad. Abrupt Slayers, they're going to be in so much trouble. I think they have just one man left standing, and the trade-offs are going to start to come in as 7C lose one player. Aruz has been taken down as well, and it is going to be a tough situation. Aruz has been finished off, in fact, and another one, Hungry Box, gets taken down. Just storm the man left standing, and Abrupt Slayers, they come charging in. One of the members has been revived. Joker is going to be the frontliner. Legend, he is hiding behind the trees. Storm does not have health, goes out, takes the fight. A bad decision, and the wipeout of 7C is what we just witnessed.
I mean, he did whatever he could over there. Joker being knocked out by the last player, that was all he could do, because all the players are already pushed in from Team Abrupt Slayers. And right now, courtesy to that one beautiful grenade coming out there, taking down 2 members. And there's a rule in Sanhok as well. Yeah, you have to move in packs, but make sure you're not all the 4 players are in one single position, because one good grenade can wipe the whole squad down, because you do not have enough compounds. You just have those big rocks under which you can take cover. Split in, have cover fire, give cover fire to all your teammates, stay nearby, hardly have like maximum to maximum have 50 meters distance from each other. But well, teams will eventually figure that out. A lot of new teams playing alongside the old guards, and experience is something that comes with playing a lot of games. As the days progress, eventually the teams will keep getting better. But Mafia Ninja has been instantly knocked and been taken down.
Yeah, it is going to be an easy takedown for them. But Gole, he's going to take some shots from the distance from the players of PN Crew. Ayush in some trouble trying to jiggle and run away, but he's going to be taken down as well. 2 players from PN Crew have been taken down. Abrupt AGS, Angry Springs, just charging in and trying to get their second squad wipe, and that is going to be the team of PN Crew in some trouble. Sandesh and Avsek in the backlines, they will be reviving their teammates, but Gole is healed up. He's running towards them with a barrel in his hands and a QBZ in his back. Sandesh taking a lot of damage. It is Ayush barely surviving, so they haven't revived. Avsek, he's going to be taken down as well. Ayush is going to try and heal up, but why are they not healing up? All right, sitting on 75% health now. Now it's going to be up to Sandesh and Ayush to win this fight. The damage connects again from Gole with the barrel. He does not have the armor, and even Angry Springs lost a player, but Venom Legends, Detron with the SMG, just charges and peeks around the corner of the shack and takes down 1 player. Time for the second one. Can he do this? Oh no, he missed a couple of shots, and the spray was started a little bit earlier. Venom Legends, a situation that was in a favor, in a good point for them, has completely turned around, and DRS now is in an advantageous situation.
That we have to see, as 2 of the players are still alive. You can never rule out the squad, especially when Evil Eye is still alive for them. Evil Eye is taking a spray onto its players, and there you go, Gyalzin trying to knock that grenade, lob it, and will it really connect? No, it does not. Does no harm over there, and YOLO will find Gyalzin. So what really happened over there was he sprayed down with his Uzi, but the only problem, the enemy did have an AK, and the first shot was a headshot, completely putting him off from his aim, as a result of which he got knocked. But right now, the circle, this time around, we will have to see as it's slowly but definitely closing in, and as it shrinks, maybe we might get to see the circle kind of taking a lateral shift somewhere around the northern side of Bhan, where Abrupt Slayers are. So that's what my prediction is. Let's see where the circle is going. But right now, Team KS Axe I want to chase down the players of Team Venom Legends, and they are in a kind of situation. They heard all those bullets happening. They know that they are injured right now. They do not have the best numbers, and they are capitalizing on this. But Steelix getting shot from elsewhere. Evil Eye in the meanwhile will be taking down FD. Meraz will be taking down YOLO in the process, and Meraz being shot down again. And now he has to go on towards his reviving spree, as both the teams in fact have to revive their teammates each.
Yeah, the revives are gonna happen probably. Let's hope they happen, because then we get to see a fight with teams on when they're at that maximum in a worse situation. But the circle has completely moved with Paradise Resort smack in the center and Synox. That's one way of getting to the top, and some Spider-Man stuff happening. Look at these fixes. they're mountain climbers at this point.
Yeah, why not? Why not? If you've got all the time in the world, if you are in the circle, it's better to just sit idle, because if you sit idle, you're gonna get as fat as me. So that's certainly something he does not want to be right now. But Saynox, okay. He is like those, mountain snakes that we have, who, kind of stay in those narrow ditches, just waiting for someone to come up, and boom, there you go. Before you even realize, you have been striked, and you have been poisoned.
Yeah, you have been poisoned, or you're just dead.
Yeah,
I mean, in this one, you just go back to the lobby.
Dead,
you're just dead. You go back to the lobby, and then you wait for your next life to start. But Abrupt Slayers, legend being pointed out by LuckAOP, and by pointed, I mean he's going to be pointed out with the bullets that he has in his guns. He takes down Heaven as well. Abrupt Slayers in a really bad position, put by Angry Springs. And LuckAOP, the frontline assaulter for the team, is just making sure that his team is safe when they are moving in. The gatekeeping being done perfectly by these lads, and it's also part to the fact that there's this open area that the players from Abrupt Slayers were supposed to charge in towards these compounds, and Angry Springs got here first in these compounds and have a good position for themselves. This three-man squad has already completed 5 kills. That's a lot of points, but still you do not want to take an early exit. You want to be eliminated as late as possible and possibly try and get the chicken dinner so that you can get those placement points as well.
We have to see that, but right now, Lake, he has spotted down players from Team Abrupt Slayers. He is going all in, and this team is on a good start. They've already got 5 kills to themselves, have lost out on Shanul, but all the players have a good synergy amongst each other. And, there were a lot of fans, DMing me from the Nepal region, from the Bangladeshi region. And there's one thing that they did agree to. A lot of teams have been formed just recently. So, trying to figure out your synergy during the tournament and kind of trying to improvise is a very good thing itself. So I have really high hope from all the teams, and especially the teams that are going to be qualifying for the PMPL. But before that, they will have to meet the reigning players from their region. That is all the 6 teams that will be playing, that are waiting, in fact, for them in the finals.
Yeah, I mean, the finals are definitely going to be exciting. And these players have gone up against those lads multiple times before, so they know what they're getting into. But Joker from Abrupt Slayers becomes a grenadier as he secures a grenade kill for himself. Utility is always important. I mean, look at this. This team, they lost 1 player, but now, even with 3, they are able to take the fight. But LuckAOP knows where they're coming from, and his crosshair and the Groza this time was positioned there, switches over to the M4, takes down Joker. A spray is really precise, but the finish is not going to be there as Joker steps behind the ridge and behind the cover. They can't stay there for long, the players from Abrupt Slayers, as the blue zone has come in. They only have 25 seconds. Even Angry Springs, they have 25 seconds, 20 seconds now before they are going to be required to move it. PWP Dalion already in a perfect position, need to go 200 meters towards the zone. Portal players of Wolves takes down Newt. 2 players from Wolves have been taken down. Now we have 6ix9ine and Nan who are still surviving. The revives are going to be tricky. 6ix9ine inside the smoke. If the spray connects, this is going to be so bad. But it is the M24, so those shots, the time between those shots, it's going to be so crucial to that one player. I thought he was going to use an AR, and there it is. Now the spray connects, guys. Why would you use a bolt action inside a smoke?
And in Sanhok, you know, bolt action.
That's not a good idea.
That is definitely not a good idea, because you know these bolt actions tend to make a lot of noise, and a lot of teams get to know your position from the commotion that has been formed courtesy to that bolt action rifle.
Well, not just that. If you said this perfectly, like if your opponent sees a smoke, see, this is the first thing you do. You spray blindly inside it just to see if you can get that hit marker, or you can just get a knock if you are lucky. And going with a bolt action sniper means you can only fire one shot at a time. With a spray, you are firing multiple bullets. You can just raise the entire area of the smoke, and that's what's happening to the player of Venom Legends. He's not going to be surviving. He's going to be taken down. Evil Eye in the back lines. They have missed him completely.
Yeah, they have missed him, but I believe he should be visible to the players on the other side. And that's like a spitting cobra just waiting to, you know, just go all in on his enemies. But in the other hand sides, on the sidelines, we have a lot of teams taking a lot of damage out there. And Jax taking down Rules. Finally, the players from Team Phantom are looking to engage against the squad. And here we are. And Akish is the last member surviving for his squad. And SK49, he knows there are some enemies up on the high ground. But right now, he is not making a move at all. But talking about teams that are definitely making moves, it has to be Team Phantom. They have spotted down Akish's position. And it's just a matter of seconds. They make that entry. But there comes God's REBORN with the third party come in and will be taking him down as well. Right now, entry going in for those grenades. And final kill from Team DoyenKnightS has come, and they have been finished off. But right now, Frypan will also be fried down by the enemies, as entry is looking really strong right now.
Yeah, they are looking really, really strong indeed. But we are down to 11 teams in this game, 30 players still alive. So contestation can come in from any direction. They need to be careful. Even if they have the momentum going for them, they really need to be careful. I mean, that's what happened to Soulz OF BD. Had an amazing start to the very first game, but this one, they were the first ones to be taken out. So you need to pay respect to your teammates. Abrupt Slayers are going to be taken down. See, they had 7 kills, still taken down on the 11th position.
Yeah, they are, you know, having good number of kills, but, you know, that's the way, you know, PUBG Mobile is. We have seen a lot of teams take a lot of kills, but get eliminated quite early. But still, that will be reflected in the overall standings when we get to see those kill points racking up for them. But right now, Steelix just having that one rock for his cover, as all the players from Team Wolves will be pushing on him. Right now, Newt making that push happen, but will get knocked down. Instantly, Steelix going for the cover, and it's going to be a very tough task at this particular moment to go and save him around. But there comes that grenade from Ironic, knocking him down in the nearby vicinity. 6-9 will be falling down as well. Ironic and Nyon, they have to get inside the circle, but a lot of teams are third-partying, especially the players from Team PWP that have spotted them down. They know they are the lambs to this slaughter and will be taken down. KSX also by the dust. Alongside them, will then also go down. But Daldion, he has to get inside the circle, but has managed to spot down players from Team Phantom. And just with those 5 kills, they have been eliminated on the 7th position.
Yeah, an early exit, I would say, if they do not have enough kills. But so far, these teams have been going at it for a really long time. And we're down to 16, 15 players alive. I think God's REBORN, they are not going to survive for long, as PWP are charging in towards them. PWP already having an amazing gameplay in this matchup. 11 kills confirmed. AGS Angry Springs, 5 kills confirmed. But the distance from the safe area for Muffin, it's a little bit too long. He is using those bandages, but now he is going to be taken out. Angry Springs being taken out. God's REBORN. We do have Gentleman trying to fight. His teammates are taken down. The nades coming in from the side of PWP. This is risky business for him, trying to peek and shoot, and he is definitely doing it really well. Takes down one, secures 1 kill, but the health is not there. He's going to be taken down as well, as God's REBORN are going to be wiped out from this game at any given second. It's just that one player from the team that's keeping them inside.
13 kills for Team PWP. Oh my goodness. It's the
I want
entire...
20.
You want 20? It's not possible. It's not possible. Even mathematically, that's not going to happen. Even if you get all the kills, someone from there is definitely going to die from the zone. And I believe that will be Entry. Let's see, can he actually enter inside the circle? He does, has his teammates around. But there you go. Evil Eye taking down Sondesh, and PN Crew will be eliminated from this game. But Entry, being an absolute snake, being one with the nature, we just have to wait and watch. Can he take down an entire squad? Oh my goodness, Shari, he does not want to stop right now. He has picked off Evil Eye, but Entry, there you go, my boy. He got that one knock onto his players from Team Satan. But right now, this might actually go against him, because the other player is certainly going to get revived, but he has given away his position.
Yeah, and that is one thing that's always key in a fight and in moments when you're trying to survive. Information. Information should always be protected. Your position is so important inside that final few moments. But PWP, they are just going to try and see if they can take out the players of Satan. All right, that one smoke in the entrance just allowed the player to get away.
And right now, Entry, he has deployed his smokes right, but still, he has got to travel a lot of distance inside the circle. And this time around, he sprays again. Gets one. Oh my goodness, now Leon will be getting the next one. But right now, the spray is still on over there. And there he will meet his makers. And God's REBORN will be biting the dust. But the action still isn't over. PWP on an absolute rampage over there. And have gotten themselves a chicken dinner. Just the question is, how many kills?
Yeah, I think that is definitely going to be a big question, but they did pick up the kills that Entry laid out for them, so the kills being stolen. Entry is going to be pretty much upset about it since he dished out the damage, got the knocks.
He's an angry man.
What? Yeah, he is an angry man. Yeah,
he will be taking the revenge.
We do have the next game coming up, so let's hope that we're going to see if he's going to be angry at PWP. We'll find out. And this time, an amazing performance from PWP, as we are going to talk about them. An incredible performance from the start to the end, in fact.
Absolutely. It was an entertaining map of Sanhok. In fact, both the matches that we have seen so far. But let's not waste any time and go towards the MVP segment, where we will see who was that one player who was shining above everybody, and that has to be Chari. With the way he showed his aggression, every single player from Team PWP was all in.
So it is the former players of T2K, and T2K used to stand for Trained to Kill. And
living up to their name.
Yeah, they are living up to the name. 5 kills, 645 damage, survival time of 24 minutes, 12 seconds, and distance covered is 4.10, which on Sanhok is actually okay.
Yeah, it's absolutely okay. But now this was a sigh of relief for this team that was kind of struggling in the bottom half. And now after this game, I would love to see as to how many kills have they collected for themselves and where this this position takes them in the overall standings. We saw a very good circle. In fact, a lot of teams rotating around, a lot of fights happening around. In the map of Sanhok, we do not see a lot of grenade engagements, but a lot of assault rifling action that we get. But yeah, we also have to take a look at the top 5 players that will be joining Chari in this particular map.
Well, and with Chari, we have his teammate SK49, Dalion, and Boliang. So the entire squad of PWP is here. And one good thing about this is we get to see how many kills they got. They got 18.
They did get 18 kills, and every single player from their team kind of pitched in equally. Everyone did their job right. Even look at Boliang. He does not have the most of the kills, but he certainly has the highest damage. So playing that support role, playing on the back lines.
And Joker from Abrupt Slayers, let's appreciate him as well.
Look at the numbers on Dalion.
Yeah, Dalion, 5. Well, yeah, he's not on the 5th position though, so well, that doesn't light up, but he's on 3rd position, and incredible performance for him as well. And most of the team, as you said, they were putting in the effort to secure the kills and the position for each other, just helping each other out as perfectly as they could in that final fight. Talking about final fights, Entry once again just opening up the gates of hell on the squad in front of him and just making sure that he was doing at least something good for himself and something bad for his opponents till his final breath inside the game.
Yeah, I would have loved to see those kills confirmed in the name of entry. But now let's take a look at all the actions summarized for us as we see all the statistics of how many smokes were actually used. And it's 2 less, 130. But look at the number of knocks, 65 out of which 58 were converted into kills. Vehicle kills is very unusual.
8 grenade kills, that's
I was
what's
just
impressive.
getting there, 8 grenade kills. In the map of Sanhok, where you have trouble finding utilities, there you go, 8 grenade kills and 12 headshots.
Yeah, 12
good
headshots.
stat.
I mean, this match has been quite intense.
Yeah.
And imagine this, we get the most number of grenade kills when we have one of the lowest numbers of utility usages we have seen in a while.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah, it was an incredible match.
2 airdrops were just looted. So, teams, blah.
There was a DBS, so
There.
might just not, like, after that drops in, you just start questioning if it's worth it going for the risk on the airdrop.
I mean, now that you mentioned DBS, I have to
Yeah.
get into the process of thinking as to what can be done to that gun, to kind of buff it up. Or do you suggest just remove it?
No, not just remove it. I would say just having no spread on the weapon would be nice.
Okay, imagine the situation.
Yeah.
Imagine auto fire on a DBS. That would be cool.
It's almost there.
You
I
just
mean,
don't have to tap. You just have
yeah.
to press and it goes dup, 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 dup.
I mean, that might work. That might work. Even with the 2 shots, if they increase the reload, the mini reload time, as we like to call it, if they increase that, it might just balance things out. But that's the thing. See, DBS right now, we'll come back to this conversation as we will be having a look at a lot of other things, starting with the game standings and moving on to the other things. But while we look at the game standings and watch the points that the players have, I would like to say, like, in the position right now, I would say in a close range, DBS does actually work really well. And even though we talk a lot of smack about it, but it is a viable weapon.
Yeah.
But might just get broken by doing the things what we say. So don't listen to us, please. It is a weapon that can be used in certain situations. But coming back to the standings, PWP 18 kills, 38 points. Satan 20 points for them. Venom Legends, look at this, a lot of kills were confirmed.
Yeah, a lot of kills were confirmed out there, but 18 kills has to be that highlight over there. But if you take a look at the top 8, everyone has got a decent number of kills, apart from Team P and Crew. They got good position points, courtesy to which they are sitting on the number 7 position with just 9 points. But talking about teams that did get a lot of kills but were eliminated earlier, has to be Abrupt Slayer. But as we move down bottom, Soulz of BD, 1 game chicken dinner and then come tumbling down.
Yeah, they come tumbling way down. But 2 teams that have been down constantly, let's make it 3, KSX, 7C Esports and DoyenKnightSs.
DRS Gaming as well. I don't know what's happened to them, and it's not a position where I would want to see them. We know they've got the best players in the country, and we're just waiting for them, to really step up, come back in, because all the fans have high expectations from them.
I mean, even I have high
Yeah, me
expectations
too.
from them, because these players are really well known in the community, and there are a lot of expectations, as Fix has said. So them being in this position, especially after the sort of performance they did put out during the group stages, it's a big surprise for everyone. And everyone, I think, just are hoping for the players to figure out what's going wrong and just come back as the second part of the round robin is going to start right now. We just have 2 more games left, and let's have a look at the leaderboard as well. You'll see the number of matches played. So Group A has finished 8 games, while B and C will be sitting at 6 matches played. After the 2 games that are left for the day, everyone is going to be sitting at 8.
Yeah, and Venom Legends, one team that is actually trying to step things up. 78 points. If they manage to get 2 good chicken dinners, might really close the gap that has been built up over there by A1 Esports and High Voltage. But talking about the next team, has to be P and Crew and Team Satan. These 2 teams have been playing under the radar, and Abhishek, we saw what he can do in the map of Erangel, but Satan being the absolute underrated team over there. Every single time they manage to finish off in a constant 4th, 5th position and a decent number of kills, and now look at where it has taken them. And just after 6 games, taking a look at the next quarter, we have Abrupt Slayers also stepping up. RisingNepal have finished all the games, PWP Esports, and they have taken a huge plunge from the 3rd page to the 2nd page, almost at the middle of it.
Yeah, a really bad drop for them, but it is something that I have to say, like, matches are still left for them. And if you see, there's just one team in a really bad position, that's going to be PWP Esports. If the teams below them, which they will be playing their matches, actually just put up a decent performance, PWP Esports, they are going to drop down to at least the 23rd or the 24th if DoyenKnightSs decide to step up at the very last moment, sitting on 19 points right now after 6 games. That's a really bad average.
That's a really bad average, and the misery for Team Phantom does continue. Because if you remember the Paradise fight, they almost had DoyenKnightSs, but they got third-partied yet again.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out what happens in the next map, which is going to be Vikendi, but after a very short break. So you guys stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back. And before we go on a break, a huge shout out to our sponsors as well. So this PMCO 2020 Fall Split is sponsored by the South Asia region, is sponsored by the Oppo Reno 4 with Volt 4 charging, Volt charging 4.0. That's really amazing, and also has 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, and the beautiful 6.4-inch AMOLED display. So do go ahead and check out the new phone by Oppo, which is the Reno 4. And as I say, do that during the break, because we'll be right back in a very short while.
looks good, but to me, you're clearly the best. Don't touch me. That was close. Don't worry, I've got your back. Ready to rock. Go on, do your thing. Clearly, you are the best. Oppo Reno 4.
What is up, everyone, and once again, welcome back to the PMCO 2020 Fall Split South Asia Region Semi Finals, sponsored by the Oppo Reno 4. My name is Warren Super Johnny John, joined on the desk by Fixes, and now it's time for our match number 3 to start, which is going to be on the map of Vikendi.
Yeah, absolutely. Finally, we go into the frozen tundras, where we initially expect a kind of a slow game, but the way things have been shaping around in the first 2 games, it has been a storyline away. There's just that one team goes on, I don't know, in some kind of Zen mode and just wipes out the entire lobby.
Yeah, well, winter is coming, and it is going to come indeed on this map. I've never watched the show, but I do know that line is very famous. But another line that's really famous, it's going to be the trajectory of the plane on this map, as it is in front of us, starts all the way from the northern side of Dobro Mesto and goes towards the southern side of Peshkova.
We will certainly have to see as we get those cross-tick circles, which are the teams that will be holding the door over there, or Hodo, like a lot of fans love to say it. But yes, the flight path trajectory on the northern side, and the southern side teams that usually love going towards Winery, Hot Springs, Cantra, Molnar, will be having some sort of difficulty. But you know, the thing with the Vikendi is you've got a lot of small compounds. You can just land absolutely anywhere and start your loot.
Yeah, that is actually true, because as we talk, that's actually one thing that makes the early game phases easier, but messes up the mid to late game stages, because then while taking the fights, you have to be super careful. Alright, we have the circle right now in front of us as well, and it's on the Port Vosto situation, and it is going to be really interesting, because that's one part of the land wherein, if you look closely, Coswood Road to Peshkova, it's quite empty, but there are those mountains that actually change a lot of the situations.
See, Johnny, we had a conversation regarding, you know, foods kind of being synonymous with
you mean
the
you
maps.
had a conversation?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I love making this, and then you just asked me a question regarding how would you define Vikendi. So it's basically like a frozen food where you have to cook that a bit longer. It takes time, but once it's cooked to perfection, you get all those flavors, all those teams engaging.
Yeah, that actually works, because the early stages on this map are like really like nothing happens sometimes.
Yeah, you just need to defrost your food first and then start cooking. So once all the food, you know, has been frozen up, it maintains the flavors. So you have to make sure it gets boiled to the optimum amount, and that's where all the players start getting themselves inside the circle. And when we reach that 25 minutes mark, instant explosion of every single flavor coming out there. But there you go. A lot of teams have started engaging right off the get-go. We can see Salu, YT out there. And right now, Team Phantom, oh well, this is a team that's been in a lot of trouble lately, and we will have to see. Because a team that was looking so promising was a certain contender for being the champions of PMCO South Asia, now find themselves in the brink of elimination.
Yeah, that is correct, in fact, and it's going to be quite upsetting to see them go this early on, because there are a lot of expectation from this team. Salu, YT, Frypan, Lemmy, and Rafat right now taking the fight against the players of it is Venom Legends, and one of the players has been finished off from Phantom Esports. Salu YT is gonna have to run for his life now. The players of Venom, we will see. Alright, they're deciding not to go for the finish on the other player. They just want to focus on their gameplay, which is actually a really good thing, and since they have an early kill as well, and the weapons and the loot that they require, they're just gonna relocate themselves themselves, move to a better position, and find the rest of the stuff. So Venom focusing on their own playstyle and not getting too greedy. That is how the early stages are supposed to go.
Yeah, that is exactly how the early stages are supposed to go. But right now, members of Team Venom Legends, they've had a good outing overall so far, not having finished all their 8 games, and this will be the 7th game. And they've had a decent outing, and all the players playing right on perfection. And Ditron has to be my pick from this entire lineup. We know how capable Evil Eye is, but with the way Ditron has been doing a lot of things, a lot of jobs for his teammates, has resulted in some good performance coming out from this team. But talking about the circle, we have seen an initial Eastern shift. Right now, I believe this is, like you mentioned, going towards Sport Worcester maybe.
That actually might be interesting because TDP has sort of moved out of that location, and it is going to be a really good area to be at. But another good place, another really, really good place that has been left completely abandoned. Cosmodrome. No one's there. It's completely isolated and a really, really big compound. I mean, it's quite tricky to hold on to the location once you've had it. You can just focus on one section of it and you have to let the other part go. But this time, talking about letting things go, I don't think Ironic is thinking about letting Soulz of BD escape. Has spotted out where 3 of the players are, spots out the 2 players on the snowmobile, but deciding not to take the shot. Trigger discipline coming into action, but he might have just missed out on 2 easy kills. I think he should have gone for it.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna tell, because when he spotted that snowmobile going slow, he did realize that there was another teammate, there was another food waiting for him. He could have had 2 pieces of chicken wings out there, and he just let everyone go.
Yeah, 3 in fact. There was one of the players in the early stages.
3 would have been really greedy, but
yeah.
I would have been happy. I would have been happy with 2, but he did not even go for 1.
I would, at that point, the position he was in, it was so perfect. I would have been happy had he got 1 kill and secured that 1 kill for himself. But him deciding against everything just showcases how carefully people want to take the early stages in Vikendi. I mean, apart from that 1-1-1 massive shift wherein the circle just smacks everyone across the face and just forms in a really weird location, apart from that one moment, the circle shifts aren't too drastic. So most of the players, they just focus on getting inside early, getting a compound, getting a good position close to the center, as close to the center as possible, and they're just holding it on, holding on to that location till the 4th circle, and that's when the next smack comes.
Yeah, that's when the next smack comes. But right now, we are in for an initial slow game, and SOLTISQUAD, a team completely on the southwestern side, they have a long distance to cover today. But Team Wolves, they are in a good position from the northern side. They just have to get down south. And even Soulz of Bangladesh, even if they want, they can just go towards Cosmodrome, get some good loots, get some smokes for themselves, and make a movement. But Peshkova, another city in the center of the circle, being vacant, none of a single team has gone towards it. But we do see Team PWP and Team Phantom somewhere in the nearby vicinities. Let's see what exactly happens.
Yeah, we're going to see what exactly happens and how things are going to go. But for the early stages of the game, there has been some action. We saw 1 lad being finished off. Alright, we are going to see another lad being taken down as DRS. Look at them. They're so greedy. They just stop in the middle of nowhere. I think they have spotted out. And yes, they have spotted him out. Mafia Ninja, can you hear him? No, what the answer is going to be no, as he's going to be taken down. And Glaze, he's going to make the same mistake. But he drives by his own teammate, Mafia Ninja. That greed is such a bad thing. They stopped in the middle of nowhere. When they spotted out goalie, they turned their vehicles and then they just drove straight in his face. He took advantage of that situation perfectly, but now he's stuck.
He is absolutely stuck, and members of Team DRS are absolutely angry about this fact. You know, it was so helpless for Mafia Ninja out there. The moment he just, revealed himself and the shots came in, he exactly knew that he could literally see death.
Yeah, in his face.
In his face, and that's what happened. He took 1 for the team, as a result of which Golden did manage to escape out.
But he wasn't supposed to take 1 for the team over there. That was 1 free kill for them. Had they just See, they stopped at a perfect point, but was the decision to drive towards goalie that was bad. They could have stopped, gotten out, fired the shots, gotten the knock and the kill, and then moved out, and then moved ahead from them. But, alright, goalie, it looks like is he baiting people at this point?
I did not know what this man is up to right now, but I certainly do know that this gun can change the game. In the right hands, if a person wields it perfectly, he can absolutely demolish any squad. In fact, the entire lobby, if he wants to, has the right suppressor, has the right attachment. That's the extended quick draw, and you just need nothing else. Yeah, of course, a red dot or a holographic sight, because I do not like the iron sight of the Groza. I do not.
Yeah. That I mean, it is because of the recoil though. Makes it sort of really difficult to control the weapon, and that is why Potion calls it the Untamed Beast. It is a really hard gun to carry, but if you do have it in close ranges, the damage and the rate of fire, I mean the overall DPS of the weapon, basically makes it really hard to beat you if you have it with a level 3 kit on you.
It's basically like Uzi, and it's basically as if
Uzi
Uzi and AK had a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a perfect analogy. But why are you aiming at your own teammates?
I don't know. He's just a pissed baby, but right now, goalie, he does not stop at anything.
He is baiting players. Does he owe people money? Why are people coming out to kill him?
I do not know, my friend. Because, you know, one thing for sure.
Yeah.
No, we could request the officials to have someone, some prize money for the best bait out there. And that would definitely go to its goalie.
I mean, I agree at this point. I think he has a bounty on his head or something. People just try, like, they stop in the middle of nowhere, then they charge in, and he's just picking them off. Even his team has laid out traps at this point. And Sada, all of a sudden, SOLTISQUAD, they are down to just one player.
I have started, you know, on this approach that maybe he is a magnet, you know, enemy magnet. You know, like Johnny's a ladies magnet, and, you know, and he is just enemy magnet. You're just being naive.
Thank you for the compliment. I'll accept it at this point. But let's just focus on the game and see how many people goalie is gonna paint to himself, to their demises, and just show them the way to the peacefulness that is the lobby.
Yes, we have to take a look at the serenity that we have over here. Silence that has enveloped the entire map right now. Not even a single gunshot being heard. And now they're all peaceful neighbors, not even wanting to engage amongst each other. But just wait for like 4 minutes, and you would entirely hear the valley echoing with a lot of bullets out there. And there comes that luxurious weapon, AUG A3. I do not know. I don't get good vibes from this weapon around.
I mean, I do. I like it. I've seen it in a lot of clutch moments, but this time, I think one thing that should not give you good vibes, it's the players from DRS. Nima in a bad position, but AJ has somehow figured out a way to isolate the players of PN Crew away from his teammate. Is able to throw the smoke to create some cover, but he can't go for the revive. It has to be one of his other teammates. And Lazy, once again, just making sure that the back of his teammates are covered, is trying to go for those weird angles, but it is a slight upward curve, so he's not going to be able to look in that location. He has to go for the broken part of this house and keep an eye on the top of the mountains, from where he can clearly see if the players from PN Crew get aggressive, he can spot them out and take them out even. But that's going to be a challenge, and that's actually going to benefit the other team on the top of the mountain. But we did see this team of Satan right next to TDP, so I think that has to be one of the reasons that the players have decided not to fire the shots. And we see this again and again. We have seen this time and time again, wherein teams in Vikendi place really, really close to each other, and none of them decide to move. It is a Mexican standoff, but it involves everyone.
Yeah, it certainly involves everyone. But right now, as we take a look at how things have been shaping around, not even a single squad has been eliminated so far. And this is going to be, you know, really painful for us casters. Now the players will be like on your face. You always, you know, you always are so sinful. You always, you know, expect those critical circles, put us in a position. But, you know, there you go. With the way, you know, things are going to shape out eventually, with all the teams kind of engaging with each other so fast, even you know, we can't even, we are in a certain fight and the next moment we will be in another fight and then in another, and it keeps on going.
Yeah, it does keep on going, in fact, and that thing that happens after 20 minutes usually. This is still the 13-minute mark, so I have to say we are just leaving the early stages of the game and transitioning into the mid-game stages. So in a few moments, the third circle is going to be there, the blue zone is closing in and all the good jazz, but it's the fourth to fifth circle transition that's going to be important, because that actually decides which one team is going to have the advantage. On the minimap, you guys might notice, if we have the map in front of us, that teams are positioned right in a straight line in the center. See this, they have drawn basically a diameter in the center of the line. So if I would like the fourth circle to move in the horizontally, that is, to move either west or towards east, Peshkova or Mount Kresnik. That's going to be good, because then you have this huge cluster of teams just coming in like they are being funneled to one point, and that's going to be so much fun to watch the fights that take place. But for now, again, in the center.
Yes, an even shift. We have seen this. This is a pattern. Like all the competitive players, if you are watching, this is what happens with Vikendi. You the circle gets you know, throws a curveball at you right from the start. But if you manage to keep the center, it will eventually shift. But the next circle is gonna throw a curveball, and like you said, might go somewhere towards Putvosto or may just go towards Peshkova. But right now we have a few gunshots being heard in the valley, as Nima has spotted down players from Team Venom Legends, and still the things are still as usual. 16 teams still alive. A few players from every single team has been taken down, but none of them have been eliminated so far.
Yeah, none of them have been taken out from this game, but DRS, we have Nima on our screens right now, have been holding their ground pretty strongly, haven't had to move. They weren't forced out of the position, which for them is going to be a good thing. But in the other direction, there are teams closing in towards them as well. So if they do not get in a better position, they can be surrounded and taken out from 4 different sides. But the third airdrop might help with that. The M249, the extended quick draw mag for the snipers. But the M249 is the important thing I want to focus on. Is 100 bullets.
Well, when 40 with not enough, you can always go with 100 bullets. Yeah, just go spray and pray, run and gun with that weapon. You can use it in any manner. I've seen a lot of players even put up a 6 times and go all spraying in, just prone down. You get that stand for yourself and just pray. Just spray and pray that some of your shots will connect. But you know, that gun does make a lot of noise, and well, with being such a huge weapon that it is, it's certainly bound to do so. But right now, Heaven is taking a few gunshots around, but he will somehow get into safety. He knows. I would love to see him parking that car inside the garage. And oh my God, are we watching Fast and Furious?
I guess we are. They are parked in a really nice manner, and now the garage is going to be the parking space for the car. All right, he's trying his level best. All right,
just get it in.
Yeah.
No, he decided, nah, chuck it. I'm not gonna do that. Instead,
it still looks cool.
It still looks good. It looks all mafia-ish, you know. All 3 vehicles parked together. You have that small van like a mouse. You have the small vehicle that looks like a mousey, and you have those 2 Dacia. Well, suit your taste. I mean, you never know. The people, it might just be the thing over there. But right now, AJ, he has managed to park his vehicle inside the garage. He likes things neat, you know. So yeah, Joko with the Bison. We have seen what the Bison can do in Vikendi. So let's see what happens.
Completely agree with that. Bison, I mean, even in that match, we were talking about the weapon and how it can put you in an advantage and give you a disadvantage as well, with the DPS being low, but the rate of fire being really high, and the recoil being manageable. But in that very game, we did see the game being ended with the Bison, and it was the close range rate of fire that came into impact. But now there it is that the shift is going to come in, and it still sticks to the Peshkova Podvosto region. It is going to be quite intense as the teams are now going to be even closer to each other, and the next circle might just give us a drastic shift towards one of the sides.
We will have to see. And right now, as we can see all the teams, well, the circle is still on a standstill. I'm just waiting for the next curveball that it's gonna throw onto its players. Imagine the circle going way out in the open onto its northwestern side, just down below Team KS. No single squad is over there. I think God's REBORN will be pretty happy with it. But alongside, look at the number of teams that are on the southern side. Imagine it goes towards Peshkova as well.
Well, yeah, Peshkova is going to be amazing. I mean, it's going to be a city area. The first team that gets there, they're going to have such a good time of just like staying inside cover, popping up one after the other, and just taking down players that come in towards their direction. But still, 16 teams alive, 19 minutes into the game, and we still have 58 players. So not that many pickoffs are going to be there. SOLTISQUAD, just one player, Sada. He is still alive in this game. DRS, they have lost one lad. Phantom have lost one. That was an early exit. And Mafia Ninja, as I was saying, from DRS, he was taken down. PN Crew, they lost Sandesh quite early on as well. Apart from that, all of the players have somehow managed to stay safe while rotating in towards the circle and stayed in a good position. But this is going to be the Groza coming in again in the airdrop number 4, along with the tac stock for the rifles and the level 3 kit. But the important thing, that's going to be the ghillie suit, the snow ghillie suit.
Yes, absolutely. So, snow ghillie suit, we will have to see, because if it goes down towards Peshkova, then will not really make any sense having that white suit. You'll just be more vibrant. Imagine a guy peeking out in an Eskimo suit just at you from a small house. You can spot him right from afar.
Yeah.
But right now, Gyolzin, he does have his vehicle parked inside his garage. He is looking happy. He does not have anything to worry about. But these gentlemen, in fact, gentleman himself, he is roaming way too much in the open and might just get punished any moment, because players from Team Saturn can spot him down instantly. But let's see where the circle goes. Oh my goodness, it goes down south. So a lot of teams that actually went up are supposed to be coming down south, and Team Phantom find themselves in the epicenter of all this action. They just have to go in their house and just prone down, sleep over there for a time, let all these squads fight amongst themselves, and just keep praying that the circle will favor eventually on towards you again.
Yeah, it is going to be quite intense, but the southern shift, I think the teams are just still going to stay and hold their position. It is quite interesting as to how the other teams from the outside, especially Wolves, Sada from Soldi, that's just one lad, but still going to call him a team, how they are going to figure out their way inside the circle, since most of the teams, as I always talk about, incentive to move, incentive to rotate, they do not have any. They are inside the circle, they can stay safe, they can just go for the gatekeep. At 7th seed, they're going to feel the wrath of Nima from DRS as he spots him out, quite exposed, takes him down. Lake took down one from the other direction as well, and this should be a kill confirm, as they should be able to. I hope DRS has enough utility, because with a nade and a Molotov, you could have easily taken over that situation from the 7C squad.
And right now, Nima, look at them. Okay. So Team DRS are inside the circle, but entry, oh my goodness, taking those 2 knocks. But right now, DoyenKnights are in action as the men in the shining armor will be looking forward to march in. But where are the Molotovs? Where are the grenades? Nova also joins in the fray. And right now, Rules was in a good position for some time to just find himself amidst an entire squad. And at the same time, the players from Abrupt Slayers are not pushing, and Nova will get picked off by Rules, and Rules instantly goes into cover as he gets finished down as well over there. But DoyenKnights still holding on to their flanks, and all the 4 players are available, but they are kind of spread out. Team Abrupt Slayers definitely need to hold things out, and they have smoked absolutely every single window that they can.
Well, that is going to be a good thing because now you have denied so much vision to the player that was outside that they can rotate indoors and still try and take the fight. But the sound cues are definitely going to be there. Rules OP is going for the heals. The circle, the fifth circle is causing so much trouble. He has been split up from his teammates. Disconnect, you can see him on the other side of the house. Legends takes some damage as he was crossing over to the other side. And Rules, he gets taken down by Heaven as the spray from the M4 does connect quite perfectly. The finish is going to be there. It was the SMG that got him the knock. The rate of fire was pretty incredible. What is this? What is this? Abrupt Slayers in an instant. All of them fall down and die at the same time as no one thought to give even a little bit of respect to the blue zone.
Well, they are the band of brothers. They come in together and they go out together as well. And, you know, they did realize the gravity of situation. They knew, oh
No,
my
they
goodness.
did not.
So many teams are alive,
Yeah.
Johnny. Come on. You have to. They did not want to give away their kills. They just,
They got 1 point. They got 1 point for the kill. That's it.
Oh
God.
my goodness. We have seen a lot of, you know,
Yeah.
unusual things happening. So you should not be taken aback at least at this particular moment. But a lot of action coming right up our alley because we now have 13 teams remaining. And Soulz of BD, again, the run, the misery kind of continues because this is a team. We thought they will be doing so well throughout the day. That first chicken dinner in the first game itself and with a lot of kills. And somewhere down the line, they've kind of tend to lose out on the edge. They completely lost out on the momentum. Now they have to start from the scratch.
Yeah, they will have to start from scratch, but at least fights are taking place right now after 24 minutes into the match. And there are going to be a lot of fights as the team are going to be forced to move out in the open. And the smokes are going to be so important. But we'll see what happens in this game because Satan right now charging in to take the fight against CDP Miracle. He's burning alive. Did he run through the Molotov or did it connect on him?
He just roll through the snow, my friend. Just roll. That might be
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah, you have to do that. And Hungry Box, look at him taking down the players from Venom Legends. Evil Eye will be biting the dust as Frankie will be lobbing that Molotov in. And Lazy, he is taking a lot of damage. A Miracle in a sticky situation as well as the members from Team Satan surround them. Those grenades going in. And this might be a very good execution. But Zod will be blowing up all the vehicles that they have. 12 teams still surviving. And now comes the push. Miracle taking a lot of damage, getting knocked down over there. But Zod also being traded off. And Psycho needs to reload his Uzi. But how long is he gonna spray? No, that will not be the case. And Frag Boy will be clutching things out. But Miraz has spotted out Gentleman. But first he needs to prioritize the circle. But how long is he gonna survive? He is just running away from the fight. In the meanwhile, Steelix going in for that first hit. And like we talked about, crazy, absurd things happening. It's just begun.
Yeah, it has just begun, in fact, but it could be the end for the team of KSX as Steelix is the last player surviving and he is fighting the blue zone. He does get taken out from the blue zone. They take an exit in an instant. Gods Reborn, they follow up as well as the last kill is going to be picked off from their side. Hungry Box surviving with just one player. Wolf surviving with just one player. And DoyenKnightSs with just one player left to fight. They get taken out in an instant and DoyenKnightSs take an exit on the 9th position. We have 8 teams remaining and 22 players alive as we just hit the 26-minute mark. As you can see, a lot of teams losing a lot of players. Angry Springs in a perfect position after what Gole has done since the very start of the game.
The Hitman himself, 10 points already on towards the members of Angry Springs, and they've just begun. We still have 22 players alive, 8 teams surviving, but Lemmy taking the Wrath from Darleon will be getting knocked, but Rafet also finds himself in a very sticky situation as, oh my goodness, Team Phantom, my oh my, what is going wrong with this team? And PWP, they are in absolute in a very good form lately, and they are looking towards carrying it forward.
Yeah, they are looking to carry it forward, and just taking the chicken dinner for themselves. But in this situation, I think it is going to be quite tough. They have the higher advantage, but the pressure from the opposing team is just going to be a little bit too much. But PWP, they have all 4 players, as the last player is going to get a revive as well. Angry Springs right behind them, but the momentum for Angry Springs, I have to say, that's going to be a good one. 10 kills confirmed.
10 kills confirmed, and they have secured for themselves at least the top 3 position on the overall point standings. But right now a fight has broken up between Team PN and Team TDP, and they do manage to come out on top, dishing out a lot of damage instead on the players of Team PN, and will be going in for the revive and have certainly cemented their way inside a good position in the circle. 11 kills for Team Angry Springs, but they still have a lot of fight remaining. They've got a lot of teams right up ahead, and they will have to go all guns blazing like they have in order to secure that coveted chicken dinner. 11 kills for Team Angry Springs, and now they are making that move in. They are on the certain side, and Golden has spotted down the players. He is spraying down, leaving nothing behind, but how long is definitely gonna be the question. The grenades come flying in as the map again goes to its eerie silence, but there you go, the gunshots coming out there, and Golden has been spotted from elsewhere taking those shots. He needs to find some cover. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens as Golden is gonna prone down and still survive, but T2K Chari, PWP Chari now, is just dishing out the Molotovs, just seeing if we can make this cold land just a land of fire and just turn things around for his team. In a really good position, they do have ample amount of cover. They are on the edge of the circle, so don't really have to move that much. But the trouble arises in the fact that the circle is also on the downward slope. That's going to put AGS in a really awkward position wherein they don't have to move, but anyone coming in from the top side is going to spot them out and take them out. So they have to be super careful and use those smokes really efficiently. As one of the players has been taken down, the others are going to be shot at by Golden, and he misses the spray. That's going to be 2 players just getting way out of his line of sights. But TDP, they are charging in frag boy. Did he have the Groza in his hands? And he takes down one, the second one as well. But he gets taken down instead. No backup for him, and he is going to get punished. Lazy right behind him is going to try and revive his teammate, but it's going to be a really difficult position.
Yeah, it's absolutely gonna be a very difficult position, but there you go. Oh my goodness, Dalion going all into its members of Team TDP. He is engaging with the whole squad. Lazy takes a jump, takes a knock for himself, but Nima will be taking Chanel with his grenade, and fights are happening just beside. Oh my goodness, Lazy, what are you doing? Oh my god, Boliang are really holding on to his horses, and with that, Team TDP have been eliminated.
Yeah, the elimination, it's going to be really bad for the team, and especially the position TDP have actually managed to come this far. But that's the thing, TDP, even in the last game,
burning.
He is going to survive. The Molotov was on the other side of the room. And, well, I have to say it was positioned quite well, because that's where the fireplace was.
Yes, and the best part is he exactly knows where he is. Golden, oh my goodness, the damage coming from behind was the cause of his death. Oh, and Ayush, he must be a happy man, thanking the enemies over there. Thank you for saving me. And now he'll just, still stay inside that compound, but heal himself up this time around. And oh my goodness, Angry Springs, they are definitely angry, have taken that path in those hot springs, and now will be unleashing their anger on their opponents over here, as Ayush still managing to hold on to that small little compound. But the players from Team DRS, Nima, he is just sitting. He is in fact proning just beside him. I believe Ayush is kind of oblivious, but there comes the push from both the sides, and they will be tackling each other out over there. But Ayush, he has to do a lot of job over there as all the teams start marching in, and Nima will be blown away by Muffin over there.
Yeah, that was so brutal, but now we have an aggressive fight between these 2 teams. You have to fight it out. Can't go for the heal. The guns in the hands, and PWP, they do manage to survive.
Yeah, they do manage to survive over there.
Just a microsecond, I think, extra than the team.
I am still confused with the way things ended out. It was a 9th circle, it was closing in, and every single player wanted to be inside the zone. I think heal battle was definitely a question, but these players being so aggressive, having their bloods warmed up, did not resort to that measure.
Yeah, I mean, heal battle could have been an option, and PWP did actually, in fact, leave one player behind, but that guy never knocked out. So the two players, they knew what they had to do. They just had to distract their opponent who was already taking damage from the blue zone and take control of the center of the shrinking blue zone so that they can just take damage a little bit later. But now let us have a look at the MVP from this game and see which individual player had a really amazing time.
And there you go, DaLeon from PWP, 5 kills for himself, 510 damage dished out, 28 minutes of survival time. I mean, this is really common in Vikendi, but distance covered 5 kilometers. So an even outing from his side, but Team Angry Springs definitely being the one team that we must talk about with the number of kills that they've gone for.
And especially Gole from there.
Yes, the Hitman.
Yeah, that guy was doing something that was attracting all the players
on
to
his
it.
head, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
He had a bounty.
Bounty, I guess. That's what it was. But let us have a look at the top 5 players and see who, apart from the MVP, are going to be there. And what sort of numbers do they come in with? And there it is. Gole is on the second with 4 kills, 555 damage. Do you think that's the bounty he had on his head?
Yes, absolutely. I just want to know the denomination. But apart from that, 1 headshot for him. And Muffin, Lake, even from Angry Springs, and Golden. He was there in all those fights. He was witnessing everything happening. But DaLeon being definitely the standout performer out here with 5 kills.
Yeah, the 5 kills are going to be important, but it is quite interesting as to how the players were performing. And as you said, Angry Springs having an amazing time in this game. 3 players, we did see them in the top 5 players list. So they're going to be pretty happy with the points they picked up. But are those points going to be enough? I think that has to be the big question, because at the end of the day, it's about the leaderboards. It's about how many points do you get after you have completed your 16 games, and where does that put you? Are you going to be in the top 10 and moving to the finals, or are you going to be out of the top 10 and out of the tournament? Let us have a look at the match summary before we move on and have a look at the standings for this game.
And there you go, 58 knocks, not a lot of knocks, so a lot of players have been taken by the circle, and Abrupt Slayers are definitely being the one. But 179 smokes and grenades, a very good number over here considering it's a 6x6 map. And talking about total headshots, we see some heads being popped. 13 is the number, and 3 airdrops had been looted, out of which we did see a ghillie suit.
Yeah, a ghillie suit as well. The snow one was pretty important. I think we did not see it in the final fight. It was taken out quite earlier on in the equation. So somehow still managing to mess up the advantage that was given. But that actually happens if you're going to take a lot of fights, which did happen, because those 58 knocks to 52 confirmations from there on out. I mean, 4 players went down, as we say, Abrupt Slayers, just all of them being taken down by the blue zone instantly. No one just being able to heal up from that situation, and 2 players towards the end who no one picked up. Let us have a look at the game standings and see how many points did all those collisions from the teams converted into.
And there you go, third PWP Esports, 8 kills, chicken dinner, a very good outing. But Angry Springs, they did come second, but really did compensate all those missing points in terms of kills. 13 is definitely gonna be the number. Maybe 13 kills. That's an unlucky number, right? Is that what really stopped them?
Could be. Could be. I mean, it is a common myth that 13 can be unlucky, but they have 27 points, so not that much. I mean, Chicken Dinner would have just boosted them a couple of more points, and they would have crossed, I think, somewhere around 34 with just wiping out the squad of PWP. But still, Angry Springs, the way they played this match, it was pretty incredible. PN Crew as well, 14 points. DRS Gaming just behind them with 13, and Trusty Process right next with 12 points. So pretty good outing from the teams the first half of the standings. But let us move on and see who wasn't having a good game. Abrupt Slayers, we know. Soulz of BD, this is the 3rd game straight in a row that they are down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Soulz of BD, they have, kind of sort of lost their soul that they had gained during the first game, and after that they have just been falling down. and same goes for SOLTISQUAD as well.
Yeah, same goes for SOLTISQUAD. Abrupt Slayers, quite unfortunate for them. But KS Axe, DoyenKnights, they fall with the Soulz of BD as well. But as you mentioned, the first game did go in Soulz of BD's favor, so at least they have that going for them. The next one is also going to be Erangel, so they can always turn things around and just bring it back in a circle.
Yeah, absolutely. That they can do, and at least try to end the day on a happy note.
Yeah.
And same goes for DoyenKnightS, Phantom Esports. These are the teams that we have had seen them performing so well, but certainly are somewhere crumbling down to the pressure. And as the games go on, I think this is going to be a very bad thing, because the timer has kind of reversed out there. You do not have enough matches. The half line has been crossed out there, so you have to buckle up.
Definitely, they need to buckle up, because from here on out, the matches are, as Ketan loves to say, they are going to go in negative, and then you will be like, now we have 8 matches left, then we have 7 games left, 6 games left, and that's what you're thinking about, instead of looking like we have 16 opportunities, we have 8 opportunities. Let us have a look at the leaderboard once again and see where the teams actually stand after this game. Venom Legends, I think I was expecting them to climb up and take the crown from High Voltage and A1 Esports, but the way they've been performing today, it has been a bit shaky, really not consistent enough. But PWP just climbing up quite hard after that last game.
Yeah, absolutely. They have climbed up, and just 7 games played. They still have 1 more game, and if they manage to pull off a very good chicken dinner, maybe we can see them on top. But Venom Legends also joining them on the 3rd position. But as we go down under, DRS Gaming, they are definitely stepping things up, and so is 7Seas Esports out there. But a few teams have gone down. Soulz of BD, Archangels, RisingNepal, Rivals X. You need to make sure that you are in the top 8 just to be on the safer side, so that you get to play the finals.
Yeah, I mean, you need to be able to play in the finals, and finishing in the top 10 is going to be so hard, especially if you are a team sitting between 17th to 24th position. On the other side, these guys, they still have, I mean, Europe Esports is the only team sitting with 8 games already and reaching the halfway mark, but these guys still have 9 games to their name, including the last one, if they can just start getting those chicken dinners. But 1 chicken dinner is not going to be enough. You have to be consistent after that as well, as I think the stats of Trust Reprocess are going to tell us.
Now there has there has been a certain distinction in the bottom half of the table as well. If you take a look at Team Phantom, they are kind of looking very shaky with just 39 points, and up over there you have teams that have already got that 60-point mark.
Well, let's see if the teams can pop off in the very last game of the day, which is going to happen after we come back from a very short break. So you guys stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back.
looks good, but to me, you're clearly the best. Don't touch me. That was close. Don't worry, I've got your back. Ready to rock. Go on, do your thing. Clearly, you are the best. Oppo Reno 4.
Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2020 Fall Split South Asia Region Semi Finals, brought to you by the Oppo Reno 4. My name is Warren Super Johnny John, being joined on the desk by Fixes, and now it's time to head into our last game for today, which is going to be played on Erangel.
The first game that we saw earlier had a very drastic circle, had a very, very surprising ending with Soulz of BD getting a massive chicken dinner with so much amount of kills, and after that they have been dwindling around. So let's not wait anymore. Just get inside the game as to see which way the circle is gonna go. And Erangel is kind of the new Vikendi.
Well, how?
In the sense of circles.
Oh yeah, Erangel is kind of the new Vikendi, and Vikendi has sort of moved over to the normal things in life. And
I don't
this
like
time,
that.
Me neither. But this time, the trajectory of the plane is going to be slightly towards the center of the map. Starts from Savani and goes all the way towards military base.
And right now, it's kind of dissecting the map into two halves. And all these teams are not going to have any kind of trouble getting down to their favorite drop locations. Unless you would want to go as far as Zaki, which no team is doing right now. Team PN have dropped down off at Severny. And DoyenKnightSs going towards Kameshki. 7Cs, I guess they're heading towards Pachinki area. We just have to see as to exactly which location they're going on to it. Soulz of BD, they are dropping down somewhere around farm. And Team Satan, they look to be taking this southern island for themselves.
I like DoyenKnightSs heading towards the Stalber area this time, and it is going to be quite interesting, the Stalber Kameshki split drop. We haven't seen them. We haven't seen that, in fact, in a long time. I remember the last time a team in PMCO, the last time I saw this in PMCO was from a South Asian team. It was fall split of last year, 2019, and it was Elementrix that used to do that same thing. And they had a pretty good success rate with that. So let's see if DoyenKnightSs can pull it off as well. But most of the teams already staying inside the circle, I mean, and Fixes, this looks like the same one we had in the first Erangel.
Yes. Just imagine now a lot of teams going down to the shore areas and the circle going somewhere exactly elsewhere. Like say just that Yasnaya. We find a small lake over there just above Yasnaya. I've never seen a circle around that place, and that is certainly the area that I would love to cast, because you've got a few more elements out there. You've got a bridge which can be really blocked if the cards are played right, and it's way open, so you are susceptible to fires from absolutely every direction. You have to go down under, you have to take control of the visitors that they are on the either sides. We have a certain gas station around, so yeah, that is the circle that I'm hoping to look forward to. But I will still be happy if I get a mansion or a prison circle as well.
Well, same here. Mansion and prison, that's going to be super awesome. Even shelter, because we haven't seen those shelter entrances being covered up in a long time. But Gole, the man, the myth, the man with the bounty. In fact, this time, instead of a bounty, he has a boat.
And has a very vibrant outfit on, and he is actually going for it. He wants to live up to the title that he has earned for himself over the PMCO. Right now, he has taken a boat and he is reversing around the map in searching for enemies and just bait them out for his teammates, and he also takes a few kills and the teammates do the rest.
Yeah, see, that would work out good for him if his teammates were there, but his teammates where did this guy drop? Because his teammates are already in Milta Power and he's just taking the other route to the power plant. And quite an interesting position. But if you remember the first game, this is the area where TDP came in to contest these lads, and they destroyed TDP over there, but TDP went on to take the second place in the match.
Yeah, there certainly TDP did that, but right now, Gole, he is making a move towards the Milta in fact, the factory itself right now, but got reborn. I expected a lot out of this team. You know, after what we saw in this first day of our semi-finals, I thought this team might have just got the entire elements that they need to stay on top, but it kind of dwindled down to just that one-man play, and other players have certainly not been able to keep up with the pace of the game. But right now, Team PWP is finding themselves in the Gatka region, but got reborn. They are happy looting the containers, and after a while, we did see the density of loot in containers kind of reduce down, after which players started changing their drop location. And let's see how things are going to fare out this time around, where the circle goes, who does it favor, because Soulz of Bangladesh do have some company in Milta, which is going to be Team KSX.
Yeah, it's going to be quite tricky for them to somehow just get out of that situation, and it's going to be a lot of companies and teams who are coming in from the Noah Repnoy Bridge are going to be joining them as well. But on the other side, one team that I want to focus on is going to be the team that is furthest away from the circle. That's going to be God's Reborn. They have decided to go all the way towards Georgia Pole area, the containers and the city, and see if they can get some loot over there. DRS coming in with their own rotation are going to have to find a way, not just a way, but they're going to have to find some cover, because they are already inside the circle, in the very first circle, and will be looking to see if they can just get out of the cluster that's there right in the center. So we have Abrupt Slayers there, Wolf Squad is there right next to them. They have SOLTISQUAD closing in from the rear. So DRS, it's going to be a good place. Lipovka is going to be a good place to be at right now, and I think we will see which squad actually figures that out and heads to that location, because that is one place where you can expect some team to be.
Yeah, that is certainly one place where we are gonna expect a few of the teams to go around. But now all the teams have, are basically done with their loot, and now they are rotating around. Venom Legends are on the bridge area. They kind of seem to wait for someone over there. They do want to take down the players of Team Satan, but let's see if they are actually going in for the bridge camp or not. But talking about the other teams that we have up here, we have players from Team P and Crew. They have been playing phenomenal as well, especially that one player, Abhishek, that has impressed us with his skills. But right now, Team TDP, they are somewhere just above the farm area, looting down those compounds. And this team, let's see how they perform this time around.
Yeah, we will be seeing how the team is going to perform, as on Erangel you do get a lot of fights in the mid-game stages, sometimes in the early game stages, unlike the map that we just had, Vikendi, which well, made me beg for the teams to start fighting and someone to just mess up so that they are going to be knocked off and kicked off the map. But this time in the rotation itself, well, as I was saying, Phantom Esports, Lemmy takes the damage from his left and is going to try and figure out where his opponents are. His teammates should be following up soon right behind him. Otherwise, he's going to be in so much trouble in a little while. But most of the teams have sort of gathered right around the center of the circle. It's getting a little bit too restrictive. Soulz of BD are going to be spotted out by the players of Wolves. As I say that, the shots coming in from Ironic dishes out some damage to two of the players, but no knock as of yet. He's still trying to see if he can spot out or catch some player peeking the edge of the wall off guard, but that's not going to happen, as the players from Soulz of BD are being careful this time and have just decided to stay indoors.
Yeah, they are kind of, playing things around safe for the meanwhile time. But let's see how things are going to shape out for this team. And much needed chicken dinner again, or a good outing to end the day on a good note. And 6-9 did dish out some shots out there onto its enemy, but will be taking the most of the damage out here, as this is a good compound. You cannot really push this compound head on, because once you start pushing, you might be prone to a lot of enemies on the outer areas who have spotted you down. In the meanwhile, we have the first airdrop coming in. the AWM in itself with a 4x scope and a level 3 helmet vest alongside a backpack.
Yep, that is going to be quite incredible. I mean, AWM with the scope already right next to it. I mean, that's what more could a player ask for in the game? Well, a couple of things, like a lot of heals, a lot of utility, and a chicken dinner at the end of it. But we're going to see whose requests are going to be granted. All right. Why I'm already laughing. I know what's going to happen. Satan, they are coming in, and this is a trap that's been laid by the players of Venom Legends. They are waiting. We have YOLO XX spots out one, doesn't go for the shot, but the information has been relayed to his teammate. Satan, do you see this person? Are you going to take this fight? Yes, they do stop. The other two players, Zod and Frankie, have stopped in the other direction, but Frankie is going to be spotted out. The shots do come in. YOLO, you have to be careful. Psycho did get past you, and he is on the low ground right now. So they've managed to split up the players. Alan taking the fight, gets a knock on Shuvo, and the finish is going to come in with the barrel, but goes behind cover. Venom, their trap, it has backfired against them.
Yeah, that certainly has backfired against them, but right now, Zod trying to find that perfect shot with his SKS. Has it controlled well, but Evil Eye will be taking down Alan in the process. And Shuvo, he has been finished off, and that's a bad thing for Venom Legends. But now they've got a spark. They know that they can turn things around yet again in their favor. Right now, Frankie is rushing and heading out into the enemy territory right in the open. And oh my goodness, that was a very brutal knock coming onto its YOLO. And Detron, he will have to retreat as all his teammates have been taken down. And what was the trap initially set in for Team Satan, and they have managed to successfully turn it around.
Yeah, the situation has been turned around, and Team Venom Legends are going to be forced to run away. But can they get away from this as Detron? He is gaining some distance between him and Psycho, but Psycho prones down. Oh, the car is still moving away, and away he goes and escapes this onslaught that was put on them by the players of Satan. Now Satan, their rotation has been delayed a little bit, so they are just going to get in the vehicle and run their way inside the circle, just being happy that they somehow managed to get out of that situation without losing a single player on their side and taking 3 kills from the opponents.
And let's see, this time around, Detron, what is he up to? What has he got on his minds? And like the saying goes, the hunters have become the hunted this time around. And Team Satan, you just do not mess with them. And this is a team that usually stays under the radar, but still manages to get those knocks, manages to get those position points for themselves. And when push comes to shove, these lads definitely, you know, rise up to the occasion, and that is what we exactly got to witness, a display of amazing push coming in, despite the fact that they had the cards against them, and kind of a glimpse of what this team is basically capable of.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, but on the other side, you have to think about other situations as well. Look at that, the beautiful shot by our observer of the car just blocking the pathway of the entrance. And I wonder what they are trying to achieve, the players of 7Cs. They have blocked one side of it, but KSX, they can use the others.
Yeah, they definitely can use the other entrance. But we have seen these kind of, gimmicks happen in the past. You know, you tend to go off blocking a few paths, but somehow the teams manage to figure out that one area which have, let it open, and they just escape from that. It's very difficult to just glow in and cover down all single exits of the entire area around shelter, because not only would you be losing out on your vehicles, but also it's very difficult, since in the competitive arena we have so many teams alive, and you just cannot go in open parking vehicles then blowing it off without causing any kind of a noise. So yeah, the teams really have to rethink those kind of strategies out here. And talking about Team 7Cs, a team that does have the potential to perform well, have been mediocre throughout the day. Let's see if they can end the day on a good note.
Well, that is going to be a really big question. I think their fans and everyone is going to be asking, but do you think this collision is going to come in? But on the other side, a collision do come in as SOLTISQUAD, they get caught off guard by the players of PNQ. 2 players have been taken down, and that's going to be an easy finish for this team. We did see one of the players from SOLTISQUAD driving right in the direction of DoyenKnightSs, but he does not have to worry about them. Now his teammates are in trouble. One villain in some trouble as Demon Killer goes for the spray, but the distance being a little bit too much is not going to affect any of the single players from DoyenKnightSs. Just some damage on one, and apart from that, he gets away unscathed. PWP, they're gonna have a tough time as SK49 is gonna be run over by the players of 7Cs. Rules OP, some shots coming in his direction as well. So needs to hide the car in the ditch so the opponents cannot stop him. He was, I don't know why he was parking it towards the rocks. That's a high curve. You will be spotted from there and taken out.
Yeah, absolutely. You will be spotted and taken out. And oh my goodness, right now, 7Cs, they did anticipate that edge circle, right? So they were earlier over there already making their way out. But Sugar, he has just been taken down. And I do not know, man. The Sugar that we kind of saw during the PMPL, and somewhere down the line, that kind of a play, that kind of a player that he is, an explosive assaulter. I have been missing him. I miss the old Sugar out there.
Yep, I mean, it is going to be quite interesting for the team and us to see as well as to how they actually turn things around, because that happened in the very first game as well. And Satan Psycho, the kill is going to be confirmed for him, but in the meantime, Satan, look at this. They have 5 kills confirmed already. This is a really good and strong momentum for the team. Right now on the southern edge of the circle towards the shelter area. So not many teams in there. I mean, there's going to be a lot of teams in their way, but they're not going to have to fight for a long time if they continue to play the edge. The blue zone comes in slowly and steadily, and in a little while we will have the 4th circle of the game as well as we transition from the early game to the mid-game stages.
Yeah, certainly we will do have it. But right now, 6ix9ine taking down Frypan, and along with him goes Lemmy in to meet his maker out there. But kind of Steelix taking a bit of damage out there. He'll heal himself up. And right now, Psycho, Zod, and Frankie, they have got the Team KSX kind of pinned to one entire area. And now, as the circle has taken a shift, this time just not on the shorelines, kind of will be finishing off on those hills. So whoever has got the high ground advantage is definitely going in for the win. Oh, we get to see those buggies kind of being tilted out there, but Hungry Box will be knocking off Chari and will instantly finish him off. And Boli Hang falling down to our Ruse. Team 7Cs already off to a very good start.
Yeah, they are off to an amazing start indeed, and if they can keep this going, they will be taking the chicken dinner in this game, and that's what we all expected from this team. I mean, they've had amazing performances time and time again, but in the semifinals, all the big names, in fact, one after the other, were falling pretty hard. Even 7Cs, they were in the second half of the standings. Now we're going to see and watch them climb if this game goes their way. But on the other side, the players from PN Crew do spot out the players from DRS on the low ground right below them. The compounds are protecting and denying these players. 7Cs, they go after Satan next as Psycho is going to be taken down, but PN Crew against DRS. Sandesh gets the opening knock.
Yeah, Sandesh getting that opening knock, and over here we have Hungry Box also going, taking those few knocks around. But right now, Team 7Cs, they are pushing on towards the members of Team Satan. This might go either ways. One of their players already getting the rat, and Storm, oh my goodness, he is going to for the finish right now. A 1v1 fight with Frankie, and the jiggles coming in. Storm barely surviving just with 1 HP. 7C, how are you even alive? Oh my goodness, but Satan have been eliminated from behind. Courtesy to DoyenKnightSs. I don't think this fight is up over yet, because they know there is another team that they can capitalize on, and there you go. The push comes in, disconnect on just the trees over there. If he throws one Molotov out there, he can get that one knock, but no, Snipe has been revived out. One Brilliant cooking the grenade, this time Blade, but oh my goodness, this is gonna definitely miss out. Oh no, do not do that. And he just ran towards his death. Aru's also being taken down. Storm, Snipe, everyone biting the dust. It all comes down to Hungry Box. Can he clutch it out for his team?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to try, but that's not going to happen as DoyenKnights are just going to run over 7 Seas. Storm is going to be finished off as well. So Hungry Box is going to be left, and look at where he is. He's going to be surrounded and finished off. If he even tries to move, he just needs to keep his head down. All right, Storm using the cover of the Jeep to try and fall back. That's not going to work out, buddy. You're too slow with the movement when you're rocked out. And just one lad left remaining for this team that a couple of minutes ago, a couple of seconds ago in fact, was doing really, really well.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it was an absolute disaster for the team. And Chanu, okay, he is spraying down onto its vehicle, and just imagining that there are other players out. But Hungry Box has given away his position. He's too much in the open. The grenades have been lobbed in. KSX will be shown the way to the lobby, and so have 7 Seas Esports, courtesy to DoyenKnightSs, an amazing third party, securing themselves some good number of kills.
Yeah, it was good number of kills indeed. And as it would have it, Rules with 1-8 did 2 things. Got a grenade kill and went on a domination right there with 3 kills confirmed just for him. An amazing, amazing performance coming out of that team. But they need to keep moving forward. There are still a lot of teams remaining. 11 teams remaining, in fact, and 35 players still left in the game. And it is going to be the squad of PN Crew smack in the middle of the circle as it takes a massive shift towards the northern area.
Yeah, absolutely. Massive shifts coming in, but I do not really understand what is the relationship between DBS and Erangel. Again, at such a critical time, when I am desperate to look for a weapon that will absolutely change the game, and there comes DBS. Well, literally, it changes the game.
It does change the game, and it can change the game for the players as well. Imagine someone picks it up, tries to go for a close range fight, and they get it. But long range, what are you going to do? You're going to have to keep an AR on handy with that weapon as well. And once the AR goes on reload, you can't get the DBS in a long range fight. You're going to have to go step back, go for the reload. It sort of slows down your ability to just rapidly move and take down your opponents. But close range, it's pretty good. Talking about things that are pretty good, I think Phantom having an amazing time in this match. 3 kills confirmed, have lost Lemmy though, and do take out one of the other teams. 8 teams remaining, 27 players alive in this matchup. Soulz of BD was the team that Phantom took out, but yeah, God's Reborn taking a fight against DoyenKnightSs. Disconnect does take out his opponent, but when he got X from the distance and the DP spray, it does retaliate. Disconnect is going to be taken down. One Rillin with the smoke is going to try and revive his teammate. It's going to be a little hard though, as they are getting naded upon. The red zone is going to be made by the player of Angry Springs, and it's going to be such a bad turn of events for the players of DoyenKnightSs. God's Reborn from one side, Angry Springs from the other side. They are being challenged from both the different directions. 2 players knocked down now. Overview, his health is just not there. Phantom Esports take an exit from this matchup. Angry Springs goalie with his uniform is just going to make sure that the teams on the other side come towards him, and he takes them out along with his team. He's still surviving. The Milter drop just works out for them.
Yes, it certainly did work out for them. But have you heard of your best friend? His name is Karma. And that exactly what happened with DoyenKnightSs. And you can escape from everything. But Karma, no, my son, not from that. But all those grenades, they are fighting to retaliate back, to change their fate, as DoyenKnightSs, the Knights in shining armor, are looking to dish out a lot of damage out there. But Fly69, he is also throwing a barrage of grenades on an entry. Is trying to provide that cover fire from behind, alongside WindyGodX, who has his attention on to the players from Team DRS. And right now, DoyenKnightSs, they have all the vehicles blown up. One Rillin has just the perfect cover, but we will just have to see as to our God's Reborn going in for the push. But there comes that one grenade, could have dished out a lot of damage. The Molotov comes in, so many utilities being used out, and now this is the time to question, is that a good decision from the members of Team God's Reborn?
I mean, I don't know if it was a good decision or not, but as he said, it was a questionable decision indeed. And God's Reborn, they are charging it out in the open. The dip is going to be there, but PN Crew is going to be able to take them out quite easily. And I want to see at what point the aggression comes in. It comes in instantly as Demon Killer is going to take down Windy God X. The next player, Six Fly, is going to be spotted out in the open. This was a really bad decision. Now, that was a bad move. Just charging in like that out in the open when you can expect anyone to be everywhere and every location to be really, really vulnerable for you. God's Reborn just being punished really hard as we move down in the game. 5 teams remaining, 18 players still alive.
And there you go, Nima goes down, and PN crew in a very good position, certainly helping themselves over there, enjoying that cover, enjoying that compound cover that they have for themselves. But Shondesh right now, he took a bit of a beating out there, but does not really pull him down. But our Hitman is still alive alongside his entire squad. Lake was definitely knocked out. He will be meeting his makers right now as he will be getting back to the lobby. But Abhishek, he is on a prowl, 5 kills already for himself.
Yeah, that's an amazing, amazing performance coming in from him. But can he keep this on for a little bit longer, as he is just going to try and get his team inside a better position, because the compound that PN crew was hiding in, it's right on the edge. All right, that's a weird interaction between these 3 teams. They caught each other out of nowhere. DoyenKnights are going to be taken down first as Abrupt Slayers. They try and take the fight against the players of Angry Springs. Gole has been taken down outside the smoke, but the smoke is going to come in from his teammates one after the other. They're trying to make some covers to call their teammate toward them and to get the revive, because they need to take this fight. It was it happened all of a sudden. All 3 of them just popping in front of each other out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely out of nowhere. But right now, members of Team PN, they will just be praying right now as to get the circle's favor onto them, and they've got their wish granted as none of the teams are inside the circle. Everyone has to enter in, and there goes that grenade lobbed in. Let's see if it's delivered to perfection. But no, that is not going to be the case over here. But Team Angry Springs, they do have a couple of vehicles. They can make a rotation in, but we just have to see as to when exactly that happens around, because now if you rotate around, a lot of teams have not moved, are not moving, and they'll just spot you and they'll just take you down. But right now, Abhishek having spotted one of the players out there, and he will be spotting the other players out there, and has taken down Joker from Abrupt Slayers, and Nova has gone down as well. This time from the players from Angry Springs, and there you see all those vehicular manslaughter coming in. And oh my goodness, what are we witnessing? Is this vehicle gonna burn? No, it did not blow up, but Goal is sure did get taken down by Abhishek in the process. Demon Killer getting another knock onto its members of Angry Springs. Muffin going down. One more player surviving. The vehicle has been blown up, and Chinul, he is barely surviving by the whiskers, and no, he has been eliminated this time by Team DRS.
Well, it is a tough situation to be in, but DRS, they are having an amazing time in this matchup. We were waiting for the big names to stand up, and I guess that day was today. First PWP and now DRS. An incredible, incredible performance. Soulz of BD as well. So the teams are closing the gap slowly and steadily, but DRS definitely need to make sure that this game goes in their own favor. The biggest challenge for them is going to be the squad of PN crew. The smokes in front of these lads, the vehicle as well, but AJ with a nade takes down one Ayush. The finish is gonna be there, and in an instant the tables have been turned around. Utility was so important. Legend even has a ghillie suit, but that's not going to be effective on this terrain anymore.
Yeah, that is certainly not going to be effective anymore. But right now, DRS are actually pushing it onto its members of Team PN who have been thrown down. And we know Abhishek is a deadly snake out there. But Sandesh has been taken down by AJ. Abhishek, as I said, has taken down Jordan. We'll have to find AJ over there. And that's a good possibility happening out there. But Abrupt Slayers, they are still alive, have gotten themselves the ghillie suit, the weapon from the airdrop, and right now AJ is still prone down. Any moment the circle might start closing in, and that's when he will be just taking all that damage. But for that he has got 5 first hits, but does the damage as he will be taking down Demon Killer. Will finish him off before getting eliminated by Abhishek. But Abhishek has taken down one player from Team Abrupt Slayers. It's a 1v1 situation, and the push is coming from down bottom. Can he clutch it around this time? He goes in for the finish, but that can be a very bad move, and Abhishek, I believe he's been taken down over there.
Well, I don't know what to believe even. That was such a close finish.
That was a close finish. That was a close finish. But as we get the MVP after that, we will have a slight idea as to which team actually got the chicken. And I believe this time around it has to be Abrupt Slayers.
Well, yeah, Abrupt Slayers had an amazing run, but it was the players of DRS just causing so much trouble for the players of PN Crew that helped them out, because the numbers were in the favor of PN Crew, the positioning as well, just having that slight high ground advantage on the slope, making things a lot easier for them. But it was the team that was even above them quite literally on the land, and as we're talking about the latitude at which they were coming from, that caused the trouble. Also, the players being in really good form in this match. Let us have a look at the MVP of this game and see which one player is going to have that crown in this one, and it is Abhishek with 9 kills, 1760 damage.
What?
1760 damage. Are we seeing that correctly?
Is that real?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because they were holding on to a compound. They were in the center of all the action. They had spotted down a lot of players. And Abhishek, I know this guy has got a lot of potential in him. And it's just the start. You know, if he continues playing like that, I would not be surprised if the international logs come in for this player only. Well, the way they have been performing
might just work out. I mean, that was an incredible performance. But that is what you said. You have to be consistent with this sort of numbers, which is really hard. I mean, to have 9 kills in every game is hard enough. To be able to have that much damage, that just shows like it was this match was his entirely.
Yeah, this match was absolutely his entirely. But let's take a look at the other players that also did shine with Abhishek.
Yeah, and the top 5 players, we are gonna have the players from Abrupt Slayers Heaven in there. Then players from DoyenKnightSs, Rules OP is going to be there representing his team. Abrupt Slayers Joker is going to be there as well. And Angry Springs Lake OP makes it into the list.
Yeah, he certainly does. And Heaven, Rules, Joker and Lucky. All these players doing so well alongside. We always have those intense Erangel matches.
Yeah, this was pretty intense. It was really interesting as well. Especially the way Angry Springs played out with Gole being there and Lake also performing really well. That initial rotation might have been a little bit risky, but it's time to look at the match summary now and see how the game overall fared out. I want to see, Smokes and Nade, I was expecting that and above average usage. But look at this, total kills more than the total number of knocks. That's a first.
A lot of last kills going out there, I believe. Yeah. That must have happened. And right now, 4 airdrops have been looted, 4 grenade kills. A pretty decent average match summary out there. You know, nothing out of the ordinary. And no vehicle kills. That's all right. That's something that we can live with.
A lot of last kills, and also we had that 1 vehicle kill in this game. So that is going to impact that stat. But now I think it is time to have a look at the game standings in a little while and have a look at the leaderboard at the end of the day, where every single team will have completed their 8 matches and we will have a clearer picture of where the cutoff is going to be. But for now, let's have a look at the standings of this game and see how many points were the teams getting in this match.
And there you go, Abrupt Slayers getting that chicken dinner, 29 points for themselves. And PN Crew keeping things simple, 14 placement points, 14 kills, evening things up, 28 total points. On third position, we have the members of DRS Gaming. Finally, after having a rough patch, they have stepped up, 5 kills for themselves, 15 points. DoyenKnightSs are doing pretty well as well. They're 7-7, 14. I mean, what's going on?
Yeah,
it's a pattern.
Yeah, I think it is just to keep Thanos happy. Things should be perfectly balanced. But God's Reborn, they could have had a better position in this game and a lot more points had they not charged into that open area right into the crosses of PN Gaming. But let's talk about this. PWP Esports first in 2 matches, this time first as well, but from the bottom of the table.
Well, yeah, I think the consistency is lacking in every single team. One game they go for that chicken dinner, the next game they get exits from the early stage itself. So that's an area where all these teams can work things out.
Yeah, definitely. Also, another thing that I think the teams could work out on is the pacing of every single match, because that becomes really important. You can't just be over aggressive one time and then just try and be the same team in the next time as well, because that's what happened in this game. PWP, they had been so amazing in the last 2 games that this game they were the first one to be taken out. That does not work every single time. You have to pace yourself, change the pace every single game. If you're being too aggressive in one, just try and take an off drop in the next game away from every single team, all your opponents, and just try and survive. But now let us have a look at the kill leaders before we move on and have a look at the leaderboard.
Yeah, absolutely. And taking a look at the kill leaders, I'm not surprised. Abhishek, he has been a beast throughout the entire PMCO, being that last survivor for his team, doing a lot of jobs together. And that followed by Joker, the MK god that we had seen. He has been wrecking havoc throughout the lobby. Just give him the MK14. Steel Shot following him alongside Kyolzin and Aussie, whom we will see in action tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, I'm dying to see Aussie in action again. The lad brings out amazing performances and amazing clutch moments, but these were the top 5 kill leaders. Moving forward to the next, we have Evil Eye in there, Dalion as well. Venom Legends, Detron is going to be there. Skyshot, I mean, even A1 Esports Skyshot, he is such a good player along with his teammates. They synergize really well. And moving forward, last but not least, it's going to be IR2 from the squad of HARAME on the 10th position. So 12 kills, then we have 25 on the first. Massive difference over there of 13 kills between the 2 extremes. But it is finally time, Fixit. It is time to have a look that our viewers are waiting for. And it is the leaderboard. We are going to be having it in a few seconds, but the leaderboard is important because now 8 games have been completed for everyone. That means half of the journey of the semi-finals is done. Just the other half is left, and here it is. Here is where things can be calculated. PN Crew on the very 3rd position, climbing up really hard, 109 points. Abrupt Slayers on the 4th with 94, climbing up really well to the DRS Gaming. They make a massive climb as they are on 6th right now with 88.
Yeah, and so have Angry Springs, courtesy to that one player, Gole out there, 85 points with himself. But Venom Legends have kind of tend to drop down, but nothing really much to worry about all these top 8 teams as of now. But as we take a look at the next quarter, we have E2S OPM, whom we'll be seeing in action tomorrow alongside HARAME. But trust the process, sitting on the 15th position, it looks good, but when you realize that only 10 teams are gonna qualify, that is where the situation becomes really tricky.
Yeah, it's going to be really tricky and really difficult, especially for these teams. Like, look at KSAX, 29 points, DoyenKnightSs on 37. PWP Esports still on the 22nd with 38 points. These 2 teams, even after playing, haven't been able to take down PWP Esports. But on the other side, like, it is going to be so tough. I am expecting the cutoff to be somewhere around 130, 140 points-ish. And it's going to be so hard to climb from 29 to 140. I mean, you can't mess up a single match if you want to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. You cannot certainly manage to mess up even a single match from now on, especially the ones in the bottom. And they have to, you know, wake up from the sleep that they've been having, work out on all those mistakes you are making, and, you know, just try to go YOLO in a game. Maybe try to gain that momentum.
Well, let's see if the teams gain the momentum tomorrow as we come back with the action coming from teams from Group A and B as we are done for today. But before we close the show, once again, I would like to give a huge shout out to our sponsors. So this PMCO Falls Play 2019 South Asia Region Semi-Finals is sponsored by the Oppo Reno 4, which has the Volt 4.0 flash fast charging along with 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, and the 6.4-inch AMOLED display. And with that, we are done for tonight. My name is Warren Super Johnny John, being joined by Fixes. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Good night.
But to me, you're clearly the best. Don't touch me! That was close. Don't Don't worry, I've got your back. Ready to rock. Go on, do your thing. Clearly, you are the best. Oppo Reno 4.